We're live.
Oh,
Yo, yo, yo. Tonight is opening night of the NFL. We just got the game started. We are about 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter. I thought the game was at 8:30. Looks like they got a little early start on us, but we have football.
fucking football.
We're just gonna hang out, watch the game, chat with you guys. Just enjoy the fact that the season is upon us once again. One of the best days of the year.
No doubt. I
We're gonna,
suppose I'll probably pull up the stream, huh?
yeah.
Just because somebody ends up jumping in chat, I'm not gonna be able to see it otherwise.
Oh, that's a good point. We got some updates too. So when we get like a good commercial break or something, we can touch on that.
Oh right, yeah, some injuries.
Yeah, we got some injuries to talk about. Maybe we got some live bets we can talk about. Spread shifts a little bit, throw some money down.
Some bets.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think I need a Mike Evans touchdown tonight for the old parlay.
Did you end up putting one of those together?
Um, I did, yeah. It was it's a big one. It's it's just like 8 legs or something stupid. I went through like all the games on the whole week, and I was just trying to find one thing from each game that I could put on the parlay. Um, it was like there was a couple of them where I think it was like Evans getting a touchdown, along with like Dalvin Cook and Devontae Adams, and
Those are pretty
it
good
was like
picks.
Keenan. Yeah, and it was like Keenan Allen 50 yards, San Fran to win their game against Detroit.
Hey,
Um,
come on now. You're gonna come out
I,
week one betting against my team?
I hear you, but I
You,
mean,
you son of a bitch.
you know what it is.
Listen, I'm just saying it's a little too early for that. And in case
It
you
might be.
forgot, you fucker, you're supposed to bet. Oh no, you are. You're supposed to bet against the Lions every day or every week. Don't forget about that.
I mean, I did. I
Yeah,
held up
it's
on
true.
my end.
Yeah, but you also put a dollar bet on them like 3 months ago because you were saying,
That is
"Hey,
true.
every time I pick a no-brainer, I get screwed over." And so the joke was, "You put a dollar against my team every week, and we'll see what happens." We're putting it to the test.
Yeah, that is very true. Actually that was months ago. I forgot about that, but that bet has been sitting there this
Li-
whole time.
Literally months ago. And if the
Yeah.
Lions end up in the wild card or winning the division because you put a dollar on every game, I'll pay you back tenfold.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll get you a
Gronk just
nice
caught
Justin.
one.
I'll get you a nice
Hey,
Justin
hey,
Fields jersey.
real quick, where are you at on the on the game on your end as far as like the
Um,
time or the play that you're seeing? Because I just saw a catch, probably like a 15-20 yarder.
yeah, a little classic between the hash marks, little skinny post
Mm-hmm.
route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm at 7:52. I would just hate to
they
react like
just
if I'm
snapped.
a play ahead.
Yeah, that was a stop clock. They just snapped.
Okay. So I'll give it like an extra couple seconds.
Antonio Brown just punched a Dallas Cowboy defender in the face, figuratively.
I mean, that was a nice play there by AB.
That I mean, it was, and it was Tom Brady trusted him too. Like that's
Ooh, it
a
was a nice route.
great route. That was also I'm keeping an eye on you play too. I think Antonio Brown has a huge year, and with as late as he went in drafts, like I should have just went and made that happen. But I kept telling myself he'd fall a little bit later with Chris Godwin. Godwin and Evans were so
Yeah.
popular that I was like, AB, people are going to sleep on AB. And then somebody grabbed him in every draft. Dude, I think he could be really good this year.
I mean, all it takes is one guy in the draft, and
Look at those stats on the
Antonio
bottom.
Brown's his name alone still carries like enough weight that not surprising to me that somebody grabbed him as early as they did in both the drafts that we were in together.
Well, the stats they just ran across the bottom. Don't forget that was over 8 games. It was 45 for 483 and a few touchdowns. So you double that to get an NFL season, and the dude's rocking 90. He was on pace for 90 catches, like 950 yards, and a good amount of touchdowns. And that
Hmm.
was him showing up, like after the long suspension, like a bunch of time off. I know he was still working out, but like you can't recreate reps with your quarterback. Like,
Right.
still
Well,
got it.
I mean, he's He's gonna have just about everything that he always has had. I don't know that he's as fast as he used to be. I feel like you can tell that's not quite there like he used to be. But everything else, route running and all that shit, like still gonna be productive because of that reason, I would imagine.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. That
I'm
quickness
really
was there.
curious about this backfield too, though. Like that's one of the big things that I want to see with the Bucks because you got Geo there now. Obviously, you still have Ronald Jones and Fournette. So I wanted to see how that played out.
There's a lot of interesting stuff. I've been interested in seeing how much run OJ Howard gets.
Yeah, I know. I almost added him in our 14 team. I thought about adding him last night before this game started, just in case. You know what I mean? Like if he popped off, then that's all she wrote. Some like you're gonna have to pay for him.
Yeah,
I just ultimately couldn't talk myself into it with how many people they have over there.
it's. I mean, I think the running back
Plus, he's been
situation is going to be like more fantasy relevant, but oh, there's Godwin.
Mike Evans.
Godwin just got
Oh,
one.
Godwin.
But OJ Howard's super talented too, and like if somebody like him is just off the radar, could capitalize. It's
Yeah.
interesting. Especially, yeah, we did that for we
You know
drafted a
what?
14 team league last night, and things get pretty weird. If you have a gem hanging out late like that, never know.
I forgot actually. I did have the Mike Evans touchdown on my parlay, but I actually changed that to the Bucks scoring a touchdown in the first quarter.
Oh,
So that just happened.
nailed it.
So we're good there.
I did like literally 8 free like pick'em things on DraftKings. I was telling you guys there were a bunch on there, and I just did like almost all of them. And I
Yeah.
have like a lot of games picked. One of them was like pick every game this week. One of them was like pick every game with the spread this week. But one of them was interesting. It was like who do you think scores first? And it was like 4 or 5 games, and it was like Chiefs Browns was one of them, I think. And I think they're going to score a lot of points. It's like I really don't know. Like if the Chiefs get the ball first, decent chance they're going to score. If the Browns get the ball first, they might just do one of those grind it out, ground and pound,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing that
Mm-hmm.
the Chiefs could do about it. So I don't know. It was interesting.
I don't like betting the first drive ones because like and because who's going to score first because yeah, like obviously depending on who gets the ball, but also like every team has their first series pre-planned. Like they already know for the most part the calls they're making. Like they'll make adjustments on the fly. But that first series, they run through that in practices and shit. That's why usually teams come out and they look pretty good on their first drives. Um, so if there's like any time that you would expect a team to be able to be ready to score, it would be then, you know.
Yeah.
And then without you knowing who's going to get the ball, that's a tough one. I just like betting on is there going to be a score in the first quarter? Like in the case with that Cincinnati game, I mean, the odds probably don't look too good on that one, I'm guessing, but that'd be a yes for me.
Yeah, there's a couple games I looked at too that was like there's not much defense in this game. I mean, there's some teams that I think their offense is way ahead of their own defense, like Cincinnati, Jacksonville. Like those teams can score, I think, but like they ain't stopping anybody.
No. Well, the Browns are a pretty good defense. We expect them to be anyway, but it's the Chiefs, so not like you're going to feel good about that.
No. Sometimes too on games that mean a lot, and that's like in AFC, two teams from the playoffs last year, AFC showdown. Like for whatever reason, I feel like when two teams respect each other, they start out a little slower. It's almost like they're trying to keep the big play in their back pocket for when they really need it.
Mm-hmm.
I always
Yeah.
feel like those, even maybe it's more in prime time too, but just like those big matchups, I feel like they start slower sometimes.
Um. Okay. Well, that was the only bet I had on. Well, I had a couple on this one, but a couple of them were freebies. The one that I wasn't sure of was the one that wasn't a lock was the first quarter score by Tampa Bay, but it still felt like that was definitely happening. That was only a minus 160.
How did the I was kind of messing around setting stuff up. I didn't see how did Dallas's drive end cuz they were moving the ball a little bit and I saw that they had I think it was Jarwin got the ball on like second and 9 or something. He got down to 1. I think they had 1 yard left to get the first down and then I didn't see how that drive
Um,
ended.
well, I thought when I saw it, I thought they had like a third and long, and they had a delay of game, I believe it was.
Oh shit. I wonder if they had like a holding or something then on like third and 1
Maybe.
or on that
But I
play
know,
even.
yeah, they might have. I know before that though, like CD had 2 drops in a row.
There's a Pollard dump off.
I don't know that this will be the year. Like you don't want to bet against Zeke, but Pollard is kind of just sitting there and waiting. You know, I do think Pollard's pretty good. We just got to see how Zach looks, or
Another one to
Zeke.
Gallup.
But it is Tampa Bay. Like that's the hard thing too. Is if Zeke doesn't, I just want to see him with my eyeballs and judge it off of that because Zeke can have not much production in this game. That doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't have it still.
It's interesting. I mean, things are going to play out, right? And we're going to change our minds 10 times, maybe even during this game. But Dallas gets down 1 touchdown on the road, and Pollard gets a dump off on first down. It's kind of interesting. He's out
Yeah.
there. Looks like he's out there again. Gallup back to back. I auto drafted him in one of my fantasy leagues, and I was like pretty bummed out about it. But I didn't want to cut him just to see what happened. So might get
You
lucky
can't.
here.
Yeah, I mean, can't cut him. He's worth holding in all leagues. You just, yeah, I know what you mean by not being enthused by the one that has him.
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's kind of like Tampa Bay, but it's like he's the least intriguing on like a three-headed monster.
Yeah, like with AB.
Yeah.
Yet it could work.
The difference for me with AB is that they made it a point to go get AB. So like, I feel like I don't know, it just makes me feel a little bit better about it. It might mean nothing, right? But
Hmm.
I'm like, well, Tampa had Godwin and Evans, and they wanted AB or Brady wanted AB, which could be enough. But like Gallup, he's been chilling here. They went and got CD Lamb. Like, kind of makes me feel like, do they not like Gallup? What happened to Gallup? He's a number. He's at least I think a number 2 on like most teams.
Oh yeah, I think so too. A number two's fair. I don't think he's a number one, but a two's plenty fair. Another Pollard touch early.
Gallup again, bro.
Was he out of bounds on that? Either, I mean, he's targeting him either way. I mean, hey, look, CD drops a couple easy ones. You know what I mean? We start throwing to my boy Michael Gallup.
He's in. He's in.
Oh yeah, that was a nice catch.
Damn. Let's
They're
three
going
this drive.
fast, but they don't need to.
I don't want to jinx anybody out there, but I've played fantasy long enough to know that Gallup might not have another catch-all game.
For sure.
I hate that shit, but it happens, man.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you just had to do that just to get the defense honest, and then after that, it's like, see ya.
Jarwin's interesting because he was a dude that was like one of those sleeper tight ends last year. And then what happened? What injury did he get? I can't remember what the injury was, but it was a year under. Like he was out for the year before the season even started. And now, a year removed from that, nobody was even talking about him.
Oh yeah, this is for sure the year of short memories. That's CD touchdown. I was gonna say he's in.
Did you see what they did there?
I saw it looked like they let the line through, but I didn't see what they did elsewhere.
They with on that route for CD Lamb. Here they're showing the replay now.
Oh yeah, they made so the line let the blocking was soft to give show screen, and the DB bid on it. That was nice.
Yeah, they showed screen with CD. Really, the DB didn't bite on it too hard. He got lazy.
Well, the part that I noticed when you asked was in the box. The offensive line let the blockers
Oh,
through.
yeah. The corner, I didn't see who that was, but he
We
just
gotta
kind of
fix
got
that.
lazy with it because CD sold it really well. Like he wasn't running a route; he was just kind of a fake screen, and they even did the pump fake. Then he just took off. That was nice. Injury timeout. I didn't see CD. I didn't see G say anything when he had those two drops.
Heyo. Gotta fix our scoreboard here. It already something changed here.
I'm gonna fuck with him.
What am I doing? Here we go. There we go. Was G talking shit about CD getting a touchdown?
He didn't say shit before that. That's
I didn't
how
see
that
that he
always
said
goes, though.
something.
I'll mess with him for a minute.
That was a good play, man. Yeah, if you watch that, their offensive line just let the defensive line through, and I think that made the really convince the corner like they're going short, and then he took
Mm-hmm.
that jab step, gone.
It's just not a play you really ever see where they pump fake to the receiver. Like that was obviously designed. They pump fake to him. Maybe that's one of those where you do that on a fake screen, and then if they do bite right away, you hit the guy going deep on the same side of the field. I'm not sure. I didn't really see that the other routes were, but that was just the route combination that CD ran with that play design. It's not really something I've ever seen before.
Well, that's what looked kind of crazy about it is, I mean, you had like was it Jarwin that looked like he was coming across the
Uh
middle a
huh.
little bit, but that looked like it was like a one route play really. Like they did not totally because Jarwin could have been open or made a play, but like that was 100% they wanted to get the ball to CD. That was crazy. Like I don't know. That was crazy play calling. Especially with Dak coming off an injury like that, they're like, we're gonna let some D linemen through. We're gonna make it look like a screen. What?
Yeah, that was nice.
What if he takes a hit and his season's over again already? I'm driving to
Only problem with
fucking
that call
Texas.
that was so clever that like I feel like that's one you should be saving.
Yeah.
That's one teams that'll take note of that play for later on. Oh, here you go. Yeah, go ahead and show me a J.K. Dobbins highlight. Yeah, there you go. What are they fucking drinking over in Baltimore?
Dude. Yeah, there's something going on out there. Is that Ed Sheeran hanging out with Roger Goodell?
He was the performer before the game.
I mean, okay, but you're still hanging out with Roger Goodell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wanted to. I kind of want to do like a little montage of 2020 NFL moments with like starting with Roger Goodell drunk in his basement calling the draft picks. But there were like some wild things last year. Antonio Brown, like with the the moving guy, like we had some killer bullet points from last year.
So the Bucks already down a corner.
Yeah, he's not a bad one either.
I think Murphy. I think wasn't he the one that was running his mouth talking all that shit after the Super Bowl
Um, I know
to
Antoine Winfield Jr. was doing hand signals, or he was doing something kind of. It was before
oh
the game
yeah,
was
that was
over on the field.
yeah, to Tyreek.
Yeah,
That was him. Be fun if we could get the guys in our league in here.
I was just going to do that, and it's not going well for me. You want to copy the link in there and just be like, "Hey, you want to chat? Post it here."
Yeah, I can try it. Another AB open right in the middle of the field too.
Did you see that sleeper app has a voice chat option too?
I didn't see that. No.
It appears to me as though I don't know if it's like a live thing where you go in and you can talk to each other like a Discord, or if you can save voice messages. But I'm gonna put that to use. I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah.
There's Ronald Jones in there blocking on a passing down. Ooh, moving the pile too. Atta boy. Ronald Jones. They just reshowed that play to AB, and Ronald Jones was in there to get a passing block, which was interesting. And then the next play, they gave him a carry between the tackles, and he pushed the pile a few yards. Ooh,
Really.
yeah. And there's some. I mean, it wasn't like a drop or anything, but there's a missed opportunity for Fournette. Maybe Rojo's going to be coming on already. Yeah, that's right there is why NFL teams like 6'5" quarterbacks, because that would have been a fumble if it was like Drew Brees.
Have we seen Geo yet?
Right here,
Oh,
maybe.
he's right here. He's here. I just don't get it. Like, why is Fournette a pass catching back for them? And Brady's got time.
That was AB again.
Didn't come up with it.
No, so when if they show that again, which they might not because nothing happened, but he threw that in a path that two receiver it might have been the tight end underneath was right
Yeah.
there, could have tried to make a play on the ball. And I always wonder in that short amount of time, how do they know to let the ball through? Like there has to be an indicator, but what is it?
I don't know.
Like there has to be like a word that they shout or something to like let them know like don't try to catch that.
Right.
Or I guess if you have a good quarterback and the throw's off by that much, you just know it's not for you. You're like he doesn't miss by that much.
Could be.
Fucking goat.
That's all. Oh, that ball's off by 4 inches. That's not mine.
Exactly. But if you're in New Orleans this year, you're like, huh? It's weird because it's new. But like, do you like the Tampa Bay Brady? Because it's like a totally different thing.
I do. What about you? I
I,
like when you see the personalities more.
Yeah, I think it's like I like it. I think it's got a weird feel to it because he has been in the league for so long without being that guy, and then also like the drunk on a boat thing, like kind of makes it look like he's he's out there just maybe Tiger got out of the cage. He doesn't really know how to handle it.
Maybe a little bit. Another Chris Godwin touchdown coming there, Steve.
Yeah, that was Mike Evans' territory too, and they didn't go to him, so that's kind of interesting.
I mean, Godwin just had a one-on-one that was just too easy for him.
It's true. I mean, he's not Evans isn't going to get all the looks, but that's territory that I might have wrote him off. It was a good look though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's why AB's getting so many targets right now. I just think that Brady is not like tied to only going to Evans or Godwin or whatever. He's going to go to whoever, and AB's obviously got the best matchup right now.
Maybe he's got that fire. I told Steve about that today, and he pulled that up. Uh, Steve was not aware that AB AB killed a guy in practice earlier this year. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I was really happy I got to share that.
Successfully took the guy's helmet off and landed clean with a left right to the jaw.
Yeah, that was a real hit. He hit that guy almost as hard as Vontez Burfict hit him. Oh, he looks just like his dad, right?
Who's that?
Hockley.
Who?
Hockley. Ed Hockley was a ref for the in the NFL forever, and that's his kid. I think he
Oh,
looks just like him.
oh.
I mean, his arms aren't as big because that was Ed Hockley, but
Man, that's insane what they're showing there.
yeah.
Leonard Fournette, just a fucking fantasy football points ruiner. Just fucking up that whole backfield for everybody.
Oh, I don't know who that guy is that made that tackle, but I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for him. He looks like my kind of guy.
With the long hair.
Yeah, big old beer belly, long hair, just out there making a tackle.
That's his only thing he does. He's a headhunter on punt returns or on punts.
He looks like Demata Pico or Pecco's younger brother. Remember that D tackle the Bengals had forever? He switched teams a couple times too.
Oh, yeah.
I think he came from Michigan State.
Papa YOLO Gaming. What a nerd.
We used to game with a guy that used that handle. Sounds familiar.
Okay, Dallas back with the ball.
Deep in their own
Pollard's in
zone.
again, man. First down.
These new numbers are messing me up, man. Who's number one?
I think that's Cedric Wilson.
Oh. I don't know if you saw this or not, but number 24 on the bottom, who was their like breakout corner last year, if I remember right, he was giving his receiver about 12 yards of space.
Really?
Yeah. Look how far back he is.
I think is that on Amari? CD's in the middle.
Gallup. Mari was on the top. I didn't see till after the play they both turned. Why are you giving anybody that much room on third and what 8? Weird.
It was like 3rd and 3.
Was it?
That was a short one. Yeah.
JPP.
Pollard's got a lot of touches already. And Zeke owners are sweating bullets.
Oh yeah, man. First round pick in your fantasy league, and you're like, what? I
Well,
didn't
there
draft Pollard.
there was that report that came out like I don't know, maybe a month, maybe 2 months ago. McCarthy talking about how Zeke doesn't need to touch the ball 25 times a game and that they were going to use Pollard, but like it's hard to know what's real and what's not with coach speak because 95% of what they say is bullshit anyway. Remember seeing the report, but thinking like, okay, but is that real? Because my thought was like, if the game is on the line, you're gonna have Zeke in there. If it's the fourth quarter and it's close, he's not coming off the field. But maybe not.
Wow. It could flag on the play. It could be hard to tell now too because Tampa Bay has had like one of the best run Ds in the league the last 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be a game plan thing. Tampa Bay is an interesting one because they're just so good on both sides of the ball. It's like you don't want to give them more time with the ball in Brady's hands than you can afford to, but you can't run the clock out either.
Right.
Why are they doing this?
Look at all that COVID out there.
I did
How
see
many commercials?
it's on the side like margin on ESPN too. But I saw an update today that Hunter Renfro.
Yeah.
I think it's his brother plays baseball for it was the Padres. I don't know where he's at now. He might still be there. But apparently he came out and said that MLB stopped testing for COVID when they started getting a bunch of positives. And then the
Oh,
league's
really?
yeah, then the league's like, "No, we didn't."
Really?
Yeah.
No, no, just kidding.
I mean, when we were talking about it going into last NFL season, the only thing I felt I remember saying for sure was like there's a lot of money in the NFL and I feel like they're going to find a way to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like some guys missed some time. They kicked that one game. They moved some games back, which overall was okay. I really wasn't thrilled with the way that they did that Ravens Steelers game. That seemed unfair to the teams that bumped their games back prior to that. It was almost like an exception because it was like a headline game, but um, overall, I think they really did a decent job of like minimizing the loss from COVID, which I liked. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like that the Denver Broncos had to start a practice squad receiver at quarterback, and then the Ravens and Steelers got to play their game a week later.
Dude,
That
what
was
a shit show that
bullshit.
was. And yeah, that was bullshit.
There's little
That
stuff
was
like
the
that.
most that was the most we'll never see any, I don't think anyway. I mean, hell, I guess we don't know or if maybe we'll see it again this year. But I was gonna say we'll never see anything like that again in our life. The fact that there was in an NFL game, that guy was playing quarterback for a team.
Yeah,
He was like a what was he like a he was a quarterback like his first year in college, but even his last years in college was converted already to a receiver. Like he didn't finish as a college quarterback,
yeah.
and then he was on a practice squad, and he's out there playing quarterback. That was wild. I can't remember that dude's name now, but
They haven't been doing it for COVID reasons, but baseball has had some more weird stuff than I'm used to seeing too. I don't know if you've noticed, but like several times this year, position players have pitched.
Really?
Yeah, like there's one guy has been out there twice, I think, and was throwing like 55, 60 mile an hour just lob balls, and one of the hitters just roped one off him, and people were talking down on him about it, like, "Come on, man, the guy's out here throwing strikes, trying to get through the game, and you're out here trying to tee off." And it's like, well, also a Major League Baseball team shouldn't be throwing these guys out there on the mound. Like, you can make moves game to game. You can do call ups and send downs and stuff, right? Like,
Right.
there's no, I don't, I'm all about the unwritten rules in baseball, but if a professional baseball team wants to put a guy out there that's throwing 60 mile an hour like loopers, that do what you want with those.
Got one.
Yeah.
Yep. Could see it on the motion.
I just saw some long hair behind Brady. I'm guessing that's my favorite Buccaneer, Ali Marpet.
That guy that was on the punt team.
No, no, sorry. Their left guard. My
Oh, oh,
yeah. I think he is a bit of a liability in pass protection. I think that was a glaring issue last year, but they're rolling with them. He's got good hair. Speaking of good
you know who
hair,
doesn't? Ezekiel Elliott.
it's a little rough. Did you see Troy Polamalu's bust for the Hall of Fame?
Mm-mm.
He's got flow, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember when you were letting that grow out once upon a time?
Hey, your wedding.
What's that?
I had that hair at your wedding.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did.
I was just talking about that not too long ago. I was like, yeah, grew my hair out to donate so that some people could make wigs for cancer patients. I was like, really dug in by that point. It wasn't looking good. I'm not going to grow my hair out 10 inches to cut it off, though. You got to have 11 and a half to donate.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's getting into
So
it.
what'd they call here?
Oh, that's the guy. Ryan.
Oh, I see. Probably can't punch another player in the helmet right in front of a ref.
No, it's bad. That was some zip, bro. That ball came out a little hot.
Brady can still do that, man. Did it all last year too. Gonna play till he's 50.
You know what's interesting about a play like that? I was just gonna say they just highlighted him. Is that is a Micah Parsons isolation?
Oh yeah.
That is exactly what they drafted him to stop.
He just got turned around too. You see that replay?
Yeah. I mean, they put him in a tough spot. That he might handle that better in 6 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. He's a rookie. That shit's gonna happen, especially against a quarterback like Brady.
You got to think too when you're such a high-profile college player. Like, ideally, football's always going to be about like each player doing their job and doing their job at a high level. But like he probably fixed some like what would you call it? He was probably a band-aid for some of his defensive teammates at times too, you know. And then to go to the oh, Gronk.
That's helping nobody.
Somebody's got him.
Yeah, somebody's starting him in a 20-team league.
Is Brady the one of three quarterbacks Cody chose to start this week? Because he'd be off to a pretty good start.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good question. Did he start him or Rodgers?
I know he had Brady in his lineup at first. Oh, dude, Steve's pissed. You see, Gronk was standing in front
Why?
of Godwin, backing into him when he caught that touchdown.
Oh, G, you missed a Gronk touchdown.
Yes.
Pretty awesome.
Mike Evans is like, spike it, bro. What are you waiting for? That's interesting, man. Gronk, AB, and Godwin have all had moments. They're all actually off to a pretty decent start for such a busy offense.
I'm gonna check Cody. I'm gonna see. He did start Brady. Brady's already got 14 points. Damn.
Yuck. When you say you're out smoking, Gerald, what are you smoking? You have like 5 strains you have to try this week. Guarantee he does.
So, what'd you think about that one? What did it do for you? Got me high. Or how about that other one? Got me high. Got
What
me
I don't
really high.
what I don't get is it's like I'm supposed to try these 5 strains this weekend. It's like, bro, I'm not even gonna know. I'm not even gonna know what like the second or third ones are like. I'd be like, I started out feeling pretty good, so like I know the first one's solid, but like I don't know shit about that third one. That was nap time.
Yeah. This one made me super paranoid. This one I enjoyed. This one I ate about 3 cheeseburgers.
So sounds like you're feeling pretty happy with your decision to keep CD this year. Got a touchdown already. That might be a nice little early reassurance. That got me a Dak Prescott touchdown too, so I'm not complaining. Give me some of that.
Yeah, it's fine. You can have 1 or 2 of those. Let's just not have like 4 or 5.
Listen, we play each other in 2 leagues this week, so like I'm taking whatever I can get. He said, I mean, when I eat 500 milligrams of edibles, I can really test some flour. Made me kick the shit out of that one.
That's what I need. I need Brady to not throw a touchdown, just get down to about like the 30 and let's kick a couple field goals here.
I I think I have Rojo in one league. I think that's my only investment in the Buccaneers offense this year. Kind of
I did
wild.
take Mike Evans in that 14 team,
Saw that.
but I mean, yeah.
Gee.
If I had to pick one to beat you in, I'd rather beat you in the keeper.
Oh yeah, that's the priority. Oh, there's another CD Lamb, 15 yards. Gee, I'm trying to understand this because like you're a Cowboys fan, but you are a New York Giants Super Bowl baby, and they're in the same division. And I'm really trying to. I probably asked you this before, but I was too drunk to remember. So, how does that work?
G's a Cowboys fan?
G is a Cowboys fan,
Oh, it all
and
makes sense.
he and his sister are both the products of New York Giants Super Bowl victories. So I don't know. I mean, I guess
Mm.
maybe like your parents are Giants fans, but you're a Cowboys fan, which kind of makes you a traitor. I don't know. I need you to make that make sense for me. There's Hockley again. Tell me he doesn't look like his dad. And he definitely works out. That forearm definition.
Yeah, he must work out.
Yeah. PI. PI.
Yeah, it was.
Had to pick somebody, huh? Ah. I mean, was that like? Do you remember watching them when? Was it like Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith days? Like, do you remember that? I think I got into football late. Like, I don't remember watching Barry, but I have friends that are like, I watched Barry. Barry was the best. So I don't know if they're like, remember a few plays and are blowing it out of proportion, or if I was just late to the football game.
Yeah, it's the same. Same. I don't remember Barry either. I remember watching Emmett. I think I remember watching Troy a little bit. Like I have like faint memories of it.
I remember Emmett like in Arizona. I remember playing him on Madden and stuff.
Right.
He said, "Hell yeah, he remembers them." That was a good. That was a good stretch of seasons for them too.
I know they've been living on that ever since.
I know we still have to listen to Troy Aikman because of that.
God. They need to get. I used to think Joe Buck annoyed me, and now I've realized it's actually Troy Aikman.
Oh, Aikman's bad. Like I think Buck is worse with Aikman, but like when Buck does the World Series, I love it. I just when him and Aikman are together, it's pretty bad. I think Buck tries to cover up for Aikman.
Yeah. Well, Troy Aikman, it's just one of those things where you could replace the name of the player he's talking about, but everything else he says, like he's just got like his same. Like you could record him in a game if you could change the player's name. He just says the same shit every week. It's really annoying. When I first started listening to him and you didn't know any better, it was fine. But however many years now of him doing it, it's like, oh my god, I can't do this shit anymore. I usually mute the TV.
Actually,
Yeah, yeah. I'll listen to something else. I'll even listen to another broadcast if somebody else is doing like a broadcast local or something. I can pull it up on my phone.
he's not. I don't think he's that bad. I mean, like, trust me, I'm bummed when I know that those guys are working a game I really want to watch. But
Well, it's gonna be like a bunch of 4:30 Sundays for Cowboys games. Like that's how that works.
yeah, and they get some prime time once in a while too, which is whatever I guess. But
I mean, that one particular Monday night crew they had a couple years back, that was
Mhm.
the all-time worst.
with like Booger and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that was
what was
terrible.
that? It was like
I can't remember who all was on there, but it was awful.
it was oh shit. Yeah, the guys in the booth weren't any better. And then they'd have Booger on the sideline that was like, to play football, you need a football. It was like if somebody was making fun of John Madden cuz Madden used to get
Yeah,
made fun of for that and it wasn't even half as bad. It would just be like simple obvious stuff. But Booger's like, you know, when you're running the ball, it's important to put one leg in front of the other. What? And then
got
he'll
this too, G.
and then he'll say it like two different ways.
Yeah, dude, he was. I mean, that whole crew, it was so bad. I'd listen to Aikman and Buck any day of the week over those guys. Who jumped in here? Was that Cameron? What up, Cameron?
Hey, what up?
What up?
Just enjoying the game.
Yeah.
I don't know about enjoying it, but we out here.
Hmm.
I think Amari had like a catch early, but I haven't seen much since from him.
He did. It was the first catch of the game.
Why did the ref throw that flag like 10 yards? What was that all about? Push him out of bounds?
Must be a Cowboys fan.
Did you see the double foul a little while ago on the lineman?
Yeah.
They showed a replay of it, and one of the referees that was like getting in the middle of it at the end, he had a face on like, "Wow." I was like, "I don't want to get in the middle of these guys."
How much do you think he curls?
Which guy?
Hockley. Like he's not as big as his dad, but for a referee, like he's outlifted me. I'm pretty confident of that.
Oh yeah, all these dudes are.
There's Zeke.
It's like his
Where
first touch and fucking the whole. Is that his first touch of the quarter?
where are you guys at in the game?
Just under 8 minutes.
Mm.
Because I'm drinking water. I've been drinking since noon 30. That's how I know you're gay, because you haven't been.
Jesus.
I don't know. I can't vouch for that, but I can say he was in a bar at 2:45 this afternoon.
First beer hit the lips at 12:30. I was working, and I was like, you know what sounds good right now? A sour beer from the brew pub.
What kind?
Oh, I got you, G. Yeah,
Oh.
Dub's pretty obsessed with that, with the ref.
Dude, they don't build referees like that.
They don't.
Oh,
Yeah, get pumped up, Davis. Remember when Tyreek Hill went for 250 and 3? That was you.
I wish I could, G. Maybe again soon.
I'm on
Job
G's
fair's
level.
tomorrow, bro.
What's that?
Job fair for common citizen is tomorrow.
Too far. An hour drive
Oh,
for
he
me.
shanked it.
Did he?
Oh,
go.
that's my kicker
go.
in 2 leagues.
That's why you don't take them early.
God damn it. You know what's annoying about that, though? Is that I'm going to lose a point, and that kick would have only been worth 3. It's a 4-point swing, motherfucker. Not for kids. I put on here not for kids, so, like, there's just, it is what it is. If you're here, you're here. I knew what fuck meant at 12, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. I'm gonna try to be an adult here, but we're watching football too, okay? That's the thing.
And it's the first game. We're all excited.
It's true.
I mean,
This has been pent
didn't you
up.
put a thing on our channel that says like not for kids? Like it's like that there's a thing that pops up when you have that warning on your channel. There's a thing that pops up where you have to hit yes to it to agree to watch it.
Yes.
We need that.
Well, we definitely aren't showing up in the kids search because there's like a box that you need to check for
Oh
that.
no, definitely not.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Gerald, it's called a
We're
stream
minutes
delay.
behind you, G?
Okay.
Yeah, but the stream's always a little
Oh,
bit behind.
right. Yeah, we probably actually aren't, but yeah, the stream is a little.
I think we're both watching on YouTube TV too, which I think is a little bit behind like cable, and then our stream is also a little bit behind.
Yeah, no, it is. because your guys' TV is a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah, I looked up where G works, and it was like an hour drive. I'm like, that's an hour. That's an hour 45 in the winter. Not happening.
I mean, that could be an hour 45 high.
Good.
Yeah, what are they? They're probably paying a cool like 18 an hour over there. Fucking working slaves. You get me, start me out at 25G. I can do a lot of things.
Pay the man.
Hey, man, show me the money.
You need me to be the yes man, or you need me to fire somebody? I'll do it. You need me to drive some product? I'll move some weight.
Let's go.
Dude,
Where do I sign up for this one?
if I ever had a dream job, it would be getting paid to fire people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No shame.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It would be like, excuse me, I don't know anything about you. I don't care if you have a family. You haven't been performing your job tasks to an acceptable level. You have an hour to get out of the building forever.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of my face.
100%. Yeah, you know the guy that we hired
Oh,
last week that we referred to?
He
Yeah,
fumbled.
he's fired too.
Ronald Jones fumbled.
Really?
They'll have to
Yikes.
show. We'll have to see the replay to see if it like a knee was down or something. But
Dude.
as of right now, yeah.
Good chance Cowboys score off this too. That's going to be bad for Ronald Jones.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Especially since Leonard Fournette already got the start.
That's really bad
Just
for. Oh, he took a good hit though. That was Lawrence, right?
Yeah,
DeMarcus
I don't
Lawrence.
know. He didn't. I mean, it was just a nice punch of the ball. It wasn't like an actual hit, like body contact hit. It was a punch of the ball.
Can we get my
Randy
boys Mike
Gregory
Evans and
out there
Amari Cooper in
recovering.
the end zone or what?
Yeah, that's not good.
Defensive players don't
Honestly,
do that if they don't think you're susceptible to it either, though. Like they're not. He's not throwing punches like that on everybody. That's like, hey, Rojo's fumbled a few times. I'm going for it.
He did have a little bit of a fumble problem before, but that was fixed. No, I don't know.
Time to pick up Geo.
dang,
Chris Collinsworth out there just always complimenting everybody.
what a guy. You know, on DraftKings though, I do need Zeke in the end zone.
Oh, that's not where we need that throw, Dak. Brittany's a Dak fan, eh? I see
I
all
don't
the
want to
He's a
talk
play.
about
Cowboys fan.
Oh man, I
He's
saw
a
the player
huge
nicknames.
Cowboys fan.
What's funny is right before she did that, Ashley was like, Brittany's going to take Dak here.
Really?
Yeah.
It took me like 5 minutes to figure out why there was a 4 in there. I was like, well, a 4 is like computer. You can use it as like a computer A. I get it. And then I was like, oh, he is number 4. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Clever. I dig it.
Dude, CD Lamb's been targeted like 9 times already.
He has.
Dude,
Yeah,
he really
Amari's.
has.
I think Amari. I haven't seen Amari thrown to, but a few times.
I think he's 2 for 2.
He had that. He had the one that was thrown his way that they called a penalty on.
Yeah, that don't count. There's a penalty. That's like when you shoot the basketball and you're fouled and you miss it and you go to the free throw line. That doesn't count as a field goal attempt.
Bruce Arians wearing his like headset battery pack like that just looks to me like a life support device, like a pacemaker.
It is. They just tell you it's not.
Yeah. Look how calm he is right now. He's like, I'm gonna go sit down before I start having a heart attack real quick.
Bucks are playing soft on third down.
Big time.
Yeah, it's not been the offensive game that I've been envisioning this is going to be so far, though. They've had a few handful of plays, but I really thought each offense was going to go
Don't you
ham.
do it. Oh, Lord.
Well, I mean, the Bucks defense is supposed to be pretty stout.
I mean, they are. They brought back everyone from last year.
They tried running that same style of play again right there, Dub. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They
So
did the pump
apparently
fake
the
again on the
bailout
screen
is
type
the
thing.
Dak
And then he
scramble.
yelled at Wilson, Cedric Wilson, after the fact, probably because he didn't streak up the field like CD did.
They tried it again. They don't have the yardage for that either. That's weird with like the
Yeah, it was weird.
short yard. Okay.
Oh.
He's in.
I'm guessing he got his feet in bounds, but that play there looked like he had his right foot out. It might be an Amari touchdown there.
Wait. I'm about to see it in about 4 seconds.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you.
All day.
4 seconds? How far behind are you?
All
I don't
day.
want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, he's way in.
And they're already showing Rojo the second time.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
You
Let's
can tell by his
go.
face. He's like, I'm not playing for 4 weeks.
Fucking Zerline! Get out of here! What are you doing? You're killing my fantasy team.
Let's go.
He's out. He's clipped, bro. He is cut. Can I cut him
It's 2
already?
points off of one of those touchdowns.
Can I cut him right now?
Fuck, man.
Let's go, Cooper.
It's an extra point.
And you're going to have to cut Rojo? Oh, man.
I'm not touching Rojo. There ain't nobody better out there. I can tell you that.
You're not touching him. You know why? Because he's staying on your bench.
They probably get more for him than Gus Edwards right now.
Oh.
Dude, I cannot believe.
Shots fired.
Yeah. I know, dude. You guys were blowing up the
Mm.
chat today, and I was at work, and I was like, what is going on?
That was big. I also have the Ravens defense in one league, and like Marcus Peters being out might be the one single injury to that defense that makes me like not interested in their defense. Well, Peters or Humphreys. If one of those corners goes out, I feel like that defense feels a lot different.
They're going to be fine.
Dude, those two together though were shut down. They were locked down.
Yeah, they were.
last
I mean,
year.
that's preferable, but they're still one of the best defenses in the league, regardless.
It's not the same.
They have literally everybody they had from last year is there again this year.
Except for Peters, and they're going to be running a fourth string running back out there. You know how I feel about running backs and defenses helping each other.
Yeah, for sure. But you guys are about to learn who Tyson Williams is.
Oh, I've been hearing that from Steve about Gus for like 2 weeks.
Just wait.
Le'Veon Bell's about to show out.
Dubs, what'd you think
And
about
let's
Antonio?
not forget that he's in the Steelers division. He's got a couple revenge games coming up.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, bro. Tear off
The revenge
220
game
yards.
narrative.
I hope he does, bro, because I picked him up in our league.
Sorry, Cam, what'd you ask?
No, I was saying, what'd you think about Antonio Brown's first quarter?
AB's first quarter?
Yeah, bro. He looked good.
Yeah, they were throwing to him for sure.
3 catches for 71 yards.
Fucking Greg Zerline, dude. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Dude, I had a weird feeling, though, that this season alone, that Godwin was going to be the guy in Tampa Bay. And in our main league, I ended up getting Mike Evans and Antonio Brown. And then Godwin just kept getting the ball every other play. I was like, "Are you serious?"
They're showing him again. Doink.
Hit the freaking post.
He's a good kicker too. Like,
Yeah, he is.
fuck.
He was from the Rams, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, picked off! Yes! Rojo's back, baby! Rojo's back!
Was that Fournette?
Yeah!
But why?
Yes!
Why are they throwing a Fournette? Fucking sucks catching the ball.
Dude,
But that's what
He's
they want out of
trash.
him. It's terrible.
that
It doesn't
was
make sense.
that's less excusable than that fumble. I'm just saying it right now. Watch this. Boop. On a design screen.
That was terrible.
You
It's
know what's
almost like he's not a pass catching back.
the worst part about that play is Trayvon
Weird.
Diggs gets an interception.
Oh, the worst part about this play is they're just giving fucking layups for Dak.
Oh, I mean, that's my favorite part. Trayvon, you remember Trayvon Diggs though? They drafted him early as a corner, and like he got shit on because he was getting roasted as a rookie. Like I think those
Yeah.
rookie corners just take some time.
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous.
This is quite insane.
How many red zone opportunities are going to give Dallas before the fucking half?
Dude, my boss was telling me earlier today that he was thinking about this morning, throwing a bunch of money on Dallas money line. I was like, dude, I would love to just for the odds, but there is no way you're gonna have me put Dallas beating Tampa Bay today.
Mm-mm.
What were the odds?
I don't even know, but I know they were giving them
Pretty.
like 9.5, so it's
Oh, he
gotta
was
be.
talking about the spread.
Well, no, I that's what I'm saying. I know that
I
was
got
the
you.
spread, so I'm guessing it was like a solid plus 300 or so.
It was in the 300 range or high 200s.
out.
I can't remember quite the number.
He's out. That would have been huge.
Sorry, apologize to G ahead of time for this, but if we know one thing about Dallas is that they're very good at blowing games at the end.
Wait, are we talking about the Falcons?
The Cowboys like win their division at 8-8. That's what what
Yeah.
they have going on.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Going 500 isn't bad. Okay, just a little
It's-
overhyped.
We may call it's what some would probably say is league average.
Now, when you then factor in the fact that they get to play the Giants and the Eagles, and Washington's been decent, but the Giants and the
Yeah.
Eagles are 4 games on your schedule every year.
Hey, how come we didn't get you a little bit of commentary on that almost interception by Dak there?
Me?
I didn't do.
I mean, it was a one-hander from a linebacker. David's really good, but he didn't have a chance to pick that. Dak did underthrow that look to CD on the left sideline last drive, though. He was like 10 yards short on that.
All right, here's your boys' air line again.
Okay, now we're back to 0, I think.
What an interesting second quarter.
Bucks get a field goal at least on this drive.
I'll take that.
Turnovers are such game changers, man. They should be up, what, 20-14 right now?
Hey, dude, 2 in a row. We're about to see Gio out there next.
Yeah.
Full time back.
Yeah.
I still hate that the Tampa Bay signed Fournette. I thought that was so not smart.
The part that's weird about it is the roles that they chose for both guys.
It really is. Well, I mean, they're both just very similar running backs, though. They both run very similar.
I would, even if it came down to, I don't disagree with that, but if it just came down to explosiveness, like, I would want Jones in space more.
100%. I like Jones there more than I like Fournette there. But Jones there isn't going to get half the opportunity and looks with Fournette still there.
Look at that. Just cut the field in half. That kid's excited, man. He was pumped up on his last return too. Josh is about to start paying attention to him.
Is that little Mickens?
I
Too
don't
many
know.
guys on that team.
Number 85.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, I'm like 20, 30 seconds behind you guys in this game.
What are you watching it on?
Peacock TV.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, it's the only one that I can actually watch it on. I was watching it on NBC's app, through like logging into a TV provider, and it was way worse on there. At least on this, it's like I can watch the game and
There's,
it's like clear.
I hate plays like that. In the middle of the field with 3 defenders hands on Godwin, you know the whistles are blowing like crazy. That's how guys get hurt. Plays over. He ran a nice route. He made the catch. Oh.
What
Uh-oh.
does God?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Antonio Brown, deep ball.
I want to see how he beat him. I want to see the replay.
That was a nice throw.
I'm digging it.
Now Dak's got a chance to return fire. Let's go. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up.
Brady looked at Bruce. He was like, hey, we're done giving the ball to the running back, okay? No more of
Right.
that shit.
Yeah. Let me just go. Give me 3 plays. Make it 2.
I haven't seen anything
see the
more about
fucking
it,
replay.
so like I don't think it went through. Well, I'll bring it up after the
Here we
commercial
go.
because you know we're gonna have like 5 minutes to kill. There was nothing there.
Did nothing. He slowed down a little bit, but really that's just terrible defense.
AB's already got the fear in him, man. That little bit of hesitation there had that corner thinking he was about to snap a route off.
Dude, that dude's already got 20 fantasy points.
I mean, back in my professional football playing days, my thought would have been, I have no safety help over the top, so I'm definitely not going to let him do that. I'm not going to stop and just let him run by me.
Especially with a few minutes. It was like what, 4 minute drill?
Yeah.
Yeah, run with him.
I'm trading away Mike Evans for a running back.
And then
You
when
want
AB
Chase
goes
Edmonds?
2 for 20 and Evans gets 2 touchdowns next week, then what?
Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
yours.
just saying. Mike Evans is always that touchdown dependent guy. He's not going to be the one with yards, but if Antonio can do this, man, I tell you what, him and Godwin are going to go balling this year.
If I had AB, I'd be looking to get a high-end running back 2 this week for him.
Nope. What do you guys got? What do you guys got over there?
I'm not buying. But somebody will.
Chase Edmonds can be yours right now.
Hell no.
Whatever, bro. 2 days ago, Chase Edmonds was more valuable.
Only off your draft.
He fell like 20 spots.
He did. He really did. You got a killer deal for him.
Right. Now I'm
He ain't-
offering you a killer deal.
That is not a killer deal. You want Antonio Brown for him, bro? You know I like
Yeah.
me some AB.
Oh,
Listen,
here we go. Fucking Tampa Bay is going to run prevent, give up 10-yard chunks at a time. Because that works.
When we started, I said
Amari.
like I think AB has a killer year. Like he
He did. You
had
did.
he had
He
a
did.
killer half of the season last year.
He did. You know me though. I've always liked that dude.
As soon as I
I'm pretty
saw
sure-
that picture of that connection, that punch to the face, I was like, that boy is coming for it this year. Like his heart is in it.
There you go.
God, I can already hear all the mouthpieces in the fantasy football industry about AB for the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the best receiver in the league?
Yeah.
Is AB is back,
AB
baby.
prime?
AB is back, baby. Dak, what was that, dude?
I mean, he was
How are
all
you
right
not in?
last. He was like good last year. Wait, oh, you're behind. I was so confused. Sorry, I was on a commercial break.
Oh yeah, you're good. I was just so confused. I was like, what was that, dude? He just like tried to audible like 3 times and then let it go to the 2-minute warning. Like, why would you not be trying to get at least one more play off before your time stops? That just didn't make any sense to me.
You got to get it off.
You gotta get it off. That's terrible, man. How are you gonna try to get into field goal range? You wasted a free play. 100%. G just messaged me. Thanks for sitting AB tonight. Yeah. You're welcome, G.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Dude, and
Yeah.
of course I'm playing against my sister in the sleeper league, and I'm playing against G in our main league, and they both got CD Lamb. Get the get the fuck out of here.
This would have been a matchup I would have liked to go against him in too. I mean, really, he had that really nice touchdown play that they schemed up, but
Yeah, but being against Tampa Bay and knowing that Dallas is gonna have to throw the ball all game, and they're not gonna just leave Amari Cooper wide open. I mean, they're gonna target
yeah,
him more than anything. So that just leaves so much opportunity for CD if he really can do his thing, in which he's shown that he can get open.
that's one of the benefits of having a Dallas wide receiver. They're likely not a very good defense, so
Yeah,
they probably will be playing a lot of high tempo, throwing the ball a lot.
yeah. And the nice thing about having a Tampa Bay receiver is you have Tom Brady, so you know
Yeah,
no matter what, you're gonna be throwing the ball.
it's going to be efficient.
It's gonna be efficient for sure. Gosh, I'm so excited, dude. Football is back. I'm gonna say that all day. I've been saying that all day. I know when you texted us earlier saying something about Pawpaw Brewery, I was like, this dude is amped today.
I was in a pretty good mood.
Yep.
Sat my ass down right in front of a big screen TV, NFL Network. And I was just staring at it like, oh yeah, a little bit later it's gonna be football.
You know who does not look like a bum though? Dude, Gallup still looks good, man. He looks good.
Mm, face mask, yeah. Yeah, it was a little weak. That was a little bit of a weak call.
You're gonna say something on this ref is weak?
I mean, that call was pretty weak.
That was pretty weak. I'll agree that.
Gallup looks good. I mean, Gallup's always looked pretty good. It's just that
Yeah.
you've got three guys there, you know. Um,
Does he look better than the other
Dude.
two? I can't say that, but he does look
no.
good.
I just think this is a product of like Amari's getting the number one treatment from the defense like he should. And so you're getting favorable matchups. I think it's the same thing with AB right now, which I mean, AB's always going to be able to get that probably though. That's the advantage too. He's probably never going to get the number one corner and the number one focus from a defense.
Well,
Oh, that's nice.
the attention shifts if a guy is good enough to exploit it too, and then it kind of comes back around.
Yeah, for maybe for like a play maybe. But then if they like throw deep to Evans or Godwin's open big time, like they'll just switch right back after that.
Yeah. So I thought that this koozie would be a good idea because it is relevant to today, right? But now I'm realizing that when I take a drink, it's gonna look like I'm blowing somebody.
Interesting. I gotta see the koozie.
I don't even care. It tastes so good.
I didn't see it. Kind of tired of the beer, to be honest. I've had enough of that today.
I just seen the koozie, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll just feel it out.
That's funny. Hey man, they can run prevent all day. Give Amari these little 8-yarders.
Try to catch that with his body.
Yeah, he did. Going to be in the middle of the field. Dude, look at that number 45 on CD Lamb. Who is that?
That's White, Devin White.
Is Devin White number 45?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is an awful mismatch.
yeah, but Devin White is the ultimate.
Well, yeah, he's a stud for a linebacker, but you don't put him on CD Lamb on single coverage.
No, you don't.
Get the fuck out of here.
They trust him and Levante David in coverage a lot, though.
They really do.
I just feel like Tampa Bay keeps choking on third down calls here.
Better than choking on a referee.
Ayo. That's what Dub's doing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So refreshing.
Give me those
You saw
calls.
those
Gulp.
muscles got y'all hot and bothered.
Whew.
Hey, I tell
Telling
you
you.
what.
Got to cover the labels here in case we have an opportunity for sponsorship.
Oh.
Yeah. What am I drinking? You don't know. They can pay me enough to say any brand.
Ooh, what do we got going on here? Cool. Probably setting you up for a cool little 50-yard field goal.
Yeah.
No big deal.
That'd be great.
Bet he misses it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably already know how that's gonna go.
It's so weird seeing all these low numbers everywhere. I like it though.
Oh, yeah, it's different.
Yeah, 3rd and 22, and this is what we're doing.
What was that, like the 28 he got tackled? Oh, there's a flag.
If that's a holding, we get a 50-yarder. He's beefy. Don't tell me he's not. Look at the lines on his shirt aren't even straight. That's how big he is. They're tapered because they're trying to accentuate.
Damn, isn't this like a 3rd and
32.
32 or some shit?
3rd and 32.
Is that what that is? Wow. Well, Tampa will play soft, probably give up 15 yards or more.
Give it to Cooper, baby. Give it to Cooper.
Well, damn.
This is dumb. Just kick it.
They got Zeke out there wide.
I mean, I'm sorry, but you gotta get the ball out quicker than that. Why was everyone? It seemed like everyone was going deep. Because if you have a crosser there, you have a chance for a field goal.
Right. They're going to punt. Oh, they don't want to give up the field position. Well, that holding call kind of killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been pretty high scoring first half, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not invested in Greg Zerline,
That's fired.
it's out of here.
He's out of here. That dude is dumped so fast.
I mean,
Oh shit! You hear that, Dub? They're trying it.
he's had a boot. I always felt like there should be an extra point for 60, right? Like more guys are trying it these days.
Fuck yeah, I feel like, yeah. If you're gonna do a 30-yarder, anything underneath a 40 is 3 points, 40 is 4 points, 50 is 5 points. Why should a 60 not be 6 points? Why should that be 5 points?
Money. Oh.
He said money.
Just wishful thinking early, man.
I better not lose a point because they tried a 60-yard field goal, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you lose a
Oh,
point if
you
the
lose a
kicker misses a
point.
field goal,
That's a missed field
no
goal.
matter what.
Dude, it used to be you didn't lose a point if it was over 50.
No, I don't think that's a rule.
I mean, I
Used
to
to
be honest,
be.
I haven't
100% it
looked
used
at
to
it.
be.
You know, why don't you just go to your fantasy right now? I'll go to.
I
I'll
think
go
we
to
had
yours.
this exact conversation last year about this, and I don't remember what it concluded to, but
He said money.
It's
I
bullshit.
know I don't know. I'd have to see.
You've got like what, 20, 30% chance of hitting a 60-yard field goal. You don't get an extra point for it being 60 plus, right?
Right.
It's a lose-lose.
Guess we got to drop them. Guess we got to get rid of kickers. No more kickers.
We got to give extra points for
time.
60s or not take
Just
away a
watch
point
the
if you
back
miss
door.
them. That's what I need.
Yeah, dude,
Ooh.
it's totally an extra. That's a -1.
I'm changing the settings right now.
Did you already look?
Yeah, he's got 2 missed field goals. I mean, hey, good news is you don't get a -1 for a missed PAT.
Oh, you don't?
No,
See, that should be
Oh.
like -2. It's a gimme.
it should be, but no, it's not.
We need to change it. I'm gonna go fix it. Scoring
Give yourself that
adjustments.
point back.
I'm just gonna do what I feel is fair. If this game comes down to a point, I'm throwing a fit. I just want you to know that. That's a 60-yarder. He was standing at the midfield line when that ball
just
hit his
missed-
foot.
He missed 2 layups that you're not getting minus points for. I think it's fair.
Yeah, I did get a minus point for one of those.
Yeah,
For the
one of
extra point?
No,
No,
just
for that
the
30-yard
just
field goal.
Yeah, but he missed an extra point, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
And you didn't get a minus for that?
No.
at least it's always been like that. You used to not lose points if it was over 50 because those kicks are hard.
Yeah, well, listen, dude. Offensive linemen are out here getting taunting calls these days. All right, we're in a whole new era.
Yeah.
Let's get one down to about the 35 real quick.
Dude,
Oh,
Brady
he's
just
gonna
threw
go
that
for the
ball
end zone.
60 yards.
It looks like he's overthrowing it.
They might score on this. They just
Oh, that would be
scored on
weird.
that. Oh, he had to hurdle a guy. It slowed him down just enough. Oh, that's Jordan Lewis. Remember that name?
Yeah. Michigan.
His teammate popped it out of his. Who's that? 27. Wow. You know how pissed I'd be if I was that guy? In practice later this week, I'd be like, bruh, you cost me a pick. You're going to pay me that bonus money.
Okay, well, that's half.
It is halftime.
That seemed fast. So what's the situation? Fantasy. Who's doing what?
Well, I'm not doing very good because Mike Evans has 1 catch for 10 yards. So as of right now, CD's nuts is projected to beat me. I mean, Dak has had one hell of a game so far.
Oh, come on with these ads on ESPN. The worst.
Antonio Brown is the most points on Tampa, and Dak is the most points on Dallas. I gotta take a leak.
God, it shouldn't have taken that long just to get to the damn scoreboard on here. Yeah,
Mm.
Dax. So Dax having a solid game.
I mean, I guess I got 2 points out of Zerline still, which isn't the end of the world. Ronald Jones is currently negative. That hurts a little bit. Yeah, Dak's doing all right. I mean, like for a half, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it is. Oh, Ronald Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope that he would have had a better, stronger half against Dallas, but we also kind of knew this was the ups and downs of a Tampa Bay running back.
Overall, yeah, but I thought I think we both thought it'd be more volume related than like turnover related. We got a fumble and then we got a tip ball for a pick. Like both running backs right now. If you have a Tampa running back, you already didn't feel great about going in because guaranteed you were hearing an argument for the other guy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're both responsible for a turnover, and I mean, that might just be an aerial assault for the rest of the game because Brady and Bruce don't like that. They're not having turnovers.
Like you said, yeah, it's one of those where you take one of the Tampa Bay running backs and you're like, well, I'm getting them really late, so I'm okay with it. Hopefully something good will come of it. And then no matter who you have, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Bucks defense, 4 points, and it's only halftime. Oh yeah, thought they were really good.
They're the top defense, bro.
They're gonna be negative by the end of the game.
Depends on
Zeke's got 2 points.
field position because fucking Dallas has run like what 6 drives in the first half, and their 2
Yeah, with
touchdowns
those
were
2
like 40
turnovers.
yards combined.
Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, Brady's having a real good game too.
Zeke has 5 touches.
Allard's got to have at least 5. I wasn't counting, but just what we watched, he's got to have at least 5 too.
Oh yeah, I can picture 3 catches already.
Here you go, Dubs. I sent this to the chat for you. I figured you'd like that.
Bro, calm down. Shit's ignorant.
This is ignorant.
Yeah. Stop. Listen, AB's value might not be higher all year, okay? And I'm willing to ride that wave.
Are you?
Yeah, you could take. I had him last year, like
I'm
most
willing
of
to
the year.
ride that wave right now.
All right, fine. Listen, you're not getting Chase Edmonds for him after tonight,
Okay,
no matter what.
deal.
No, I'm sticking to it. I don't care if Chase Edmonds. I don't care. I don't care if he's RB40. You still want him because James Conner gets hurt. I don't care. You will not own Chase Edmonds. I will keep him on my bench so you can't pick him up in free agency. He will
You know
just
what?
never
I'm
be
gonna do
available
that.
to you.
I'm gonna do that with AB all year long, just so no one can have him.
I'm keeping Edmonds he's my keeper. Like you will never own
hey,
him. That's what we're
AB's
gonna
my
do.
AB's my keeper then. All right, let's make a deal right now. I keep AB next year. You keep Edmonds.
Okay.
Dang it. Dang it. If Cameron had to lock down a keeper, 3 keepers tonight, AB's the third one.
Yeah.
Third one.
Oh yeah.
Third one. You know what? How about this? You can't keep someone under the age of 32. I got AB and Julio. Who you got?
Ouch, bro. No, I'm going in Clayton's league. I just looked in Clayton's league. I'm going up against a Dak Amari stack tonight. Ouch.
Well, better than a Dak CD stack right now.
They're close though. They're close in points right now.
Are they?
They are. They
Yeah.
are. They have about CD and Amari actually have about the same points.
Really?
Well,
'Cause
it's
CD
full.
had the touchdown.
So did Amari.
Cooper had that one
Oh.
too. Yeah.
Oh. Oh,
Actually,
right. Yeah, that one
Cooper
where he
has more
tapped on the-
points in that league
Yeah,
because
that's
it's full
right.
PPR.
Oh, and he has one more catch.
Yeah.
Because I think they both
okay.
have around like 4 or 5 for 50.
What do we have in the big league? Is anyone cashing in on this? Maybe someone's Cowboys fan or Bucks fan?
I mean, Brittany's got Dak, so she's doing good there. And she's got CD.
I don't want to talk about that, all right? I'm playing against her.
Oh, that's right. Her one receiver she has in that league is doing good so far.
Ruth.
Listen, for some of the draft decisions that happened with a couple teams, I actually think there was some decent recovery. Like, well, we all know that somebody drafted ETN and Dobbins, okay? But like, you go look at it after a couple like my bad waiver wire pickups, I'm like, still not terrible. Those were late moves, you know.
Yeah, at least they didn't. Yeah. You didn't take them in like the 5th round.
Yeah. What is the probability that we are on board with either or both of these randos being in a dynasty league? Because they both drafted pretty well, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I guess I haven't really looked at their teams.
Their teams aren't bad.
Baker, Montgomery, Harris, Amari, Antonio Brown, who they start well. That's 14 teams, so it makes sense. Hooper, Judy, Samuel, Trey Lance, Gus Edwards, Hines, Mooney, Palmer, and Everett. And then what was the other team's name?
And started
Was,
Gronk tonight against Ashley. What a lucky
Really?
bastard.
Who was his other tight end?
I knew when I said somebody has him, I didn't know it was Ben, but I knew somebody had him like and was probably going to run him out there in that big league. I just couldn't think of who it was.
Yeah.
He has him and Ertz.
He drafted. Yeah.
It's not bad though, man. I'm telling you, dude. I think Gronk is gonna easily be a top 10 tight end this year just because of the whole him and Brady again. I mean, last year he wasn't as relevant, but it's his first year off of retirement. This dude's had football under his belt for a whole nother year. I'm not saying he's about to come out there and be a tight end 3, but I think he's gonna be a starter all year.
He probably will be, just because all you have to do is score like 6, 7 touchdowns in a season as a tight end, and you'll make the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, this dude's already got a touchdown this game, but he also has, I mean, he's got 10 fantasy points. So even without that touchdown, he's got 4
Mhm.
points, which, I mean, it's not great, but it's only halftime.
The thing with him was what is OJ Howard going to be this year?
I don't think he's going to be anything.
He may not, but he also was hurt, and he just started getting back into the rhythm again with him. So I don't know.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
how much have you seen him out there yet this game?
Well, yeah, I hear you, but I don't even know if he's really ready yet.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know, man. When you got him, Brown, Evans, Godwin, I mean,
Yeah, it's just a lot of people.
you don't need anybody else in that.
I know.
You still got, don't they still have Scotty Miller out there?
Yeah. He's probably just kind of hanging out at this point.
Yeah, 100%. But that's what I mean. I mean, you still got guys like that. I mean, dude, you got what's his face? I saw signed with someone yesterday. Danny Amendola.
Houston.
Who'd he sign with? Houston. Ugh.
Yeah, it was Houston. 100%.
Oh, that one dude had Gus Edwards too, so his team isn't looking as good right now. But they're playing each other, and I think both rosters
Yeah, I
are
just realized that.
decent.
Tannehill, Gibson, Sermon, Godwin, Woods, Kelsey, Devonta Smith, Corey Davis.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not.
Not for a 14 team.
No, I mean they didn't totally bomb. To be honest, I really did kind of expect some of these randoms. I didn't know we were only going to need 2. That was kind of nice. But I thought some of them we were going to get were going to be good because I just think people that have sleeper app are a little bit smarter than just like your basic average fantasy player anyway.
Yeah.
And also sleepers ranking system on their draft board
Was
is
completely
in my
different.
mind, yeah, and in my mind it's more accurate than ESPN's.
Mhm.
So like even if you're just kind of following the draft board,
I think
you can get
that
a pretty decent team.
I think the sleeper app was pretty decent. When it came to like their rankings and stuff, all the way up through like the mid tier. I feel like a lot of the sleepers and stuff they had as like deep sleepers. They didn't have a lot of those guys up top. They had a couple of them, but there was a lot of guys like I can't remember them off the top of my head, but that were pretty low down there.
Ooh,
I c-
the
The
sleepers you said?
sleeper app, like the sleeper app in general, but yeah, some of those later round dudes that we just like kind of had our eyes on. Like they had Callaway a little bit higher than ESPN, yeah, but they had a lot of guys like um I don't know, like Gabriel Davis and a few of those. They had those like really really deep.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we had our whole draft on auto pick, he wouldn't have even been picked up.
Yeah, you might not have.
You know what I mean? Like they weren't
Mm-hmm.
in that top like 180 people. Who is this little Wilson character for Dallas?
Cedric Wilson.
Yeah, who is that guy?
He's been with them, I
Has
think,
he?
for several years. Yeah.
I'll say I saw him out there running a few like routes, but he's also their punt returner too.
Yeah. He splashed last year for a minute.
Did
Had
he?
like a couple games, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah, I mean with the talent they have, I mean I don't see him being anything this year, but I just thought he looked pretty solid. He looked a little Energizer bunny out there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I just looked at this stat line though. Did you know that Dak has already thrown the ball 32 times?
For real?
32 pass attempts in the first half.
Wow. That's
That's pretty insane.
that's too much. I mean,
That's not too much. I love it.
well, yeah. I
That's
mean, for
just insane.
fantasy, obviously, you're gonna not complain, but
I would hate to be someone that drafted Zeke early.
yeah. Well,
I mean, it's not gonna.
I
This
just
isn't
don't
gonna be the
know.
game plan every
Is it
week.
back on already?
Yeah,
It's
they're kicking
just
off
now.
right now.
Nice. I'm just thinking, like, wouldn't you want to be able, unless they really feel like they can't run the ball against them, wouldn't you just want to control clock more?
Yeah, but I mean, they've also shown they can't run the ball against them. So, and I mean, no offense, you got McCarthy over there, which was behind Aaron Rodgers forever. So he knows how to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm. Go offer AB for Zeke straight up.
You won't.
I won't.
You won't. I mean, you should.
I won't.
What do you mean?
I won't. He's my keeper.
Fuck out of here.
I'm just making Dubs mad now.
Zeke is getting that. Zeke is getting that. What Jason Witten 4 years ago treatment, where it's like, well, we could really use an extra blocker out there. Probably just make that happen, eh?
Oh man.
Like we know you're really good, but like we need you to get some blocks.
Dude, is Jarwin just not their tight end anymore? Is this Schultz guy? Is he their tight end?
They split. They kind of share time now.
I haven't seen Jarwin catch a ball yet. I mean, I could have missed it, but I've seen this Schultz guy catch like 3 or 4.
They're both healthy. I guess I haven't paid super close attention to who's playing more than the other, but I know they're both.
What's on your screen right now?
A Tampa Bay player laying on the field, hurt.
Okay. I'm just wondering how far away I am now.
They just handed him a
It's-
water bottle.
It's paused at 14:38 on the clock for me.
Yeah, they're showing some
Is that
dude
Murphy
that's
Bunting?
Jordan Whitehead.
No,
Oh,
I
Jordan
think he
Whitehead.
was already out. This is like this third guy for Tampa Bay's defense that's hurt.
Let me know.
s-
I mean, they're stretching the guy right now. Let me know when your screen switches.
Oh, he's walking
He just got up walking, yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I still am a
Screen
little bit
switched.
behind you.
Screen switched.
Oh, dude, the dude's still on the ground on my team, or on my team, on my
No, he's-
TV.
He's about off the field now.
Didn't you say you had
Screen
a
switched.
NFL something where you could watch the games?
If it's I have the Sunday ticket, but basically, I have to if it's on any other channel like this, like if it's on a local channel, they don't show it on the uh Sunday ticket.
Yeah.
So I have to use some type of app, like whatever channel that is, that app, and log in through my parents' TV provider to watch it. So like right now, we actually paid for a year of Peacock last year. So we still have Peacock through I think December maybe. So
What's
like anything on
Peacock?
NBC, yeah, Peacock TV.
Huh? Like NBC?
Yeah, they own Peacock now, or Peacock owns NBC. Either way,
What?
yeah.
That's Peacock is
Never,
the mascot for NBC, right?
I mean technically, but Peacock is also an app,
Oh,
and I only got it last year because
that was late. Get out of
yeah.
here.
No, but Supercross, they show every event on Peacock TV, so we bought it so I could watch all those.
The Ravens and running back Latavius Murray are working on a deal that would bring the veteran free agent to Baltimore.
Dude, I saw that they signed Devontae Freeman, and I thought it was over.
Who I mean, they're just bringing everybody.
Murray plays
Dude,
over Freeman. If they sign him,
Yeah.
So wait,
Yeah, I would think so.
Baltimore is signing Murray, Freeman, and Bell.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. They're gonna let them work it out. It's like when you let two brothers fight, just let them work it out.
yeah.
Oh man, someone's getting hurt.
Man, that's a bad look for Freeman if they end up like cutting him tomorrow.
Dude, I would love it if they ran just like Bell and Murray.
Bell and Williams, you said?
Murray.
He's full of shit. He heard you.
He's got Williams. I get it.
Dude, they're abusing Cooper right now.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong
working.
with that? What's wrong with that?
I mean, I'd like to see him stay on the field for a full season. We got an extra game to get through, too.
I would like that too, but I also like wins.
Look at this key block by Zeke. Listen, Zeke, you're gonna have to let one or two of those guys through so that they'll put you put the ball in your hands again. Oh
Dude, they're
no!
just not running.
What a weird play. No, they're
Dak's
not.
arm's going to be done by week 9.
Nah, this is a Tampa Bay game plan thing, I think.
Yeah, probably. But if
Dude,
this is the case, then like have Pollard in there.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, they're keeping Zeke in just as a blocker.
I mean, he is a hell of a pass blocker.
Yeah, that's literally all they're doing right now.
If you can get the ball out of your quarterback's hands fast enough, those DBs could be in trouble. This might be the script for the season to compete with the Bucks.
Oh my.
Oh, that was a bad throw.
Gallup, that's how you lose your job.
Oh, incompletion. Let's throw a flag for him.
Oh, we got Aikman calling this game?
No shit. Arians is blood red mad right now. Who's paying your ref?
Do you think he used to play football?
Arians?
No, Hockley.
He used to bodybuild.
I mean, he might have.
That's the shrunken version of him.
Maybe these DBs are getting burnt because that visor's a little foggy. Need to get him some Windex.
No shit. How does he see out of that thing?
It was terrible. Is he spitting on that?
He's a windshield wiper.
There
on
he
it.
goes. That's Pollard.
Dude, is Zeke gonna be the biggest bust this year?
To me, Pollard absolutely looks faster than Zeke to this point. But he just, he's not what like Zeke, like prime Zeke was.
39 already, bro. I didn't realize
39,
it was that
dude,
heavy.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Dude,
I mean, Cameron said at half it was like a 30.
halftime.
I know. This is ridiculous.
Run it, bro. I'll run the wheels off this bitch. Cooper again.
Bad shoulder? Nah, we'll worry about that later.
Yeah. Oh, his shoulder's fine now. He just threw his 40th attempt. We got.
Yeah, you got that. He got that good at halftime.
We got
He's
26 minutes of game time left, boys.
He's just warming up, baby.
He's gonna have 60 fucking throws before this game's over.
I love it.
He's probably going to
I
recover
absolutely-
using fine products from Common Citizen Dispensary. Okay.
Yeah.
It's recreational there.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones just gets his rocks off for Dak Prescott. He just wants him to get MVP.
He does.
Me too, bro. Me too.
That's why they always sneak him in when they get to the goal line.
Dude, if Dak wins MVP and I win our league, I'll send nudes. I don't even care. Don't
To
even
win
care.
MVP, they got to win a Super Bowl or get really close to it.
One playoff win, Dak Prescott has a chance to win MVP.
I
One.
don't think that's going to be true.
One. Unless it's
Because you
like
got to
a
think of the
wild
other
card
quarterbacks that are
gimme.
going to be there.
I mean, like, he
I'm
has
not
to have
saying
the stats.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's right that they should just always automatically favor like the teams that get to the end, but that is how it goes.
I like how the first run
I hear
attempt
you.
they ran a read option and he still kept it and didn't give it to Zeke.
Who was he looking for there? Was it Cooper?
Dude, I'm a play behind you guys. I could tell
Okay.
you.
Oh
I'll
no.
tell you in a
Oh, he
minute.
threw it to Zeke. Okay.
What a bad fake
was a
handoff.
nice- That was a nice little toe tap by Zeke there.
Yeah.
Right on the sidelines.
If Dak gets that ball out a second earlier and leads him
Yeah.
to the goal line, that's probably a touchdown, right?
It's a easy one, easy touchdown.
Oh, that was a
See,
touchdown,
look at that.
too. That was a touchdown like 2 years ago.
Exactly. And you're right about 2 years ago because that was not a touchdown last year either.
Man, it's sad to watch things like this.
Look at Brady, bro. Head down.
It's not that, for me, that play's not the speed. It's the lack of confidence to make that, like, force
Yep.
that missed tackle.
That would have been if he didn't have the speed 2 years ago to get to the edge there, which he might have.
Fucking
if he didn't-
cocksucker, dude. You've got 20 feet to the right of that upright, and you're hugging it. You are hugging it, and it's unnecessary, and it stresses me out. Stop doing that.
If anything, 2 years ago, Zeke would have stiff armed that dude right to the damn ground.
Dude, stiff arm, juke, spin, he was doing it all at one point, and he just
Right.
like accepted that,
Yep.
which means
He got paid, man. He
it
got paid.
it means that he knows it, and that's worse. It's not that he's out there trying to do it and it failed. It's that he didn't even try. He
Dubs,
knows it,
I think they narrowed these field goals this year.
dude. They're talking. There's like magnets in the ball or something. I don't know.
Gets close to the goalpost, it like sucks in.
Yeah. Dude, alls I know is that if you're kicking from the left hash, right? You're trying to make a
Mhm.
field goal. I'm not going to be hugging that left upright that high, that hard. I can put it up the middle from there. That was a chip shot. And I can miss 60-yarders too with the best of them.
Dude, I wish Steve still had Zeke because if he did, I would text the chat right now asking him who's better, James Conner or Zeke.
Have you guys ever tried to kick field goals?
um,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We used to
I
mess
knew better.
around on the field after practice once in a while, and there were like probably 3 separate days that I tried it, like just back in high school days, and I've hit like 40-yarders, but that's like
Mhm.
that was my max, and like I
Mhm.
know there's technique and stuff behind it, but it's like
Dude,
I was more
you want
accurate, but like like I'd loft it up there and I could get it a little extra on it to get to that 40-yard range, but it's hard, man.
It is, but you wanna know something crazy though? Is my junior year in high school, we had a no, it was my sophomore year in high school. We had a freshman. They introduced soccer as a club team my sophomore
I
year.
think I remember this kid.
And this dude, his name was Juan Perez. All right, and
Mhm.
he was not a school kid whatsoever. He was not. So he didn't play much sports because of that, but he was a hell of a soccer player. And we had him as our kicker. In football, he would go to soccer practice all day long, and then at the end of football practice, he would come over after practice and he would just kick field goals for us. This dude won as our freshman year, or his freshman year as a kicker. He beat Decatur on a 50-yard field goal. Um, at the end of the time, like as time expired to win, like the whole crowd rushed the field, like it's a huge rival. This dude got offers to go to like UCLA, all these schools to play to kick, didn't even end up going to school.
Dang.
Dude, this kid could kick too.
Wasn't he the one at Hartford that could hit the 60-yarders?
Yeah, no, dude, the dude was a stud of a kicker, and he just literally had no academics whatsoever and would not go to college.
We had
Uh,
our kicker in high school was in our grade, and he was like an old skater dude that had like he just looked like an older guy, and like we used to kind of poke fun at him, but that was just us being kids. But he was like losing his hair a little bit, so like he looked like an NFL kicker, like he just had like that dad hairline kind of thing going. But anyway, he could boot like not 60, but he could boot like 50, and he'd hit 55 once in a while in practice. But what was weird is that instead, like he either stayed the same and it seemed worse, or he got a little bit worse throughout our high school career. Like as freshman year, he was just bombing, and then it was like maybe he got in his own head, maybe he didn't get enough reps because our team was pretty good. But like I remember seeing that too, and I was like, how is he even kicking the ball that far? How are you putting it through the uprights at like 55, even at like a 50% clip at like what 16 years old? Like weird,
yeah,
man.
dude, I know. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
It seems like a position if you were good at it or if you worked to be good at it, which nobody's really thinking that in high school. But even as a younger kid and then getting up to high school, like that seems like a pretty clear path to be able to go to a school and be able to do that, right?
Mhm.
And like as far as I mean, you have to put time in, but as far as exertion goes, like
Oh yeah.
you're not really required to do too much lifting. You're not really required to take too many hits. Like it's pretty chill. If you make the league, you're playing for 20 years.
Yeah.
Unless you're Zerline, you're gonna get cut from dubs.
It has to be one of the hardest jobs to obtain though, like in the league, because
Oh, for
the
sure.
good ones do hang around for so long, and there's 32 spots. Like that's it.
Yeah. And the mental too, though, of like having to go out there when the team you play for just played their fucking ass off for an entire game, and you got to go out there to either win it or lose it for them.
True. It is true.
Dude, he just targeted Godwin all 3 attempts.
So the ads on our source page for our scoreboard keep updating occasionally, and when they do, it keeps moving the scoreboard. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I have to kind of pay attention. I mean, Jason Hansen
So
was on a bad team. That dude played for like 25 years. Morton Anderson. Do you remember the brothers that kicked? One was for the Buccaneers, actually. This might, we can connect it to this game. There were two brothers, and they had like dark hair. They looked like they looked Italian. They might have been Italian. You know who I'm talking about?
you said Anderson.
Well, Morton Anderson kicked forever. He's like an all timer, maybe the all timer. But then there were two brothers that kicked, and one for sure kicked for the Bucks, and they had dark hair. They were like little, like really small stature kind of guys. They looked like they were probably Italian, but I don't remember.
Can't remember their names.
Oh man,
I'm just sitting here wondering why. Like, why do they have CD returning?
Oh, here's that Venom commercial. Did you see the first one yet?
Fuck no, I got it saved on my my list of movies that hurt and I need to watch. I just haven't done it.
Well, that commercial's not a terrible spoiler, but you don't meet Woody Harrelson until the very end of the movie, and then they kind of allude to him being the next problem.
Okay, yeah.
So you already know, you can tell that from the commercial, but yeah, that was like
Right.
kind of a random surprise at the end of the first one.
Dude, they had CD Lamb out there punt returning that time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't get that.
It's a bad idea. You know who else is returning kicks?
Hmm.
Cuba Hubbard.
Who? Is he?
Yeah, they want.
Hmm.
I think they think he's a playmaker, bro.
Is this Zeke's and Christian McCaffrey's year to be done?
I don't know. I mean, McCaffrey is not like what he showed on the field. It was just not being on the field. So that I think that remains to be seen. If he stays healthy. Like
Grammatica.
when he was back on the field, he only played a handful of games last year, but he was like really good in those games.
I didn't even have to look it up, bro. I swear I didn't even see it yet.
What's that?
Martin Grammatica was a kicker.
Okay.
There were
Yeah.
two brothers that kicked. Just saying.
Yeah, that Zeke thing, man, it's like Dub said, it's almost kind of sad to watch. That play on the edge there when they pitched it to him and he just had that one-on-one to score. Like that just tells you everything right there.
This guy, Martin Grammatica, not a super long career for a kicker, right? But he played in 109 games. So that's a good, like, what, 8 years? 7 years in the league?
Mm-hmm.
He's 5'8", Argentinian kid. 5'8" kid playing football for 7 years? That's pretty impressive.
It is.
Play action. That was a pretty bad block by Pollard.
Was it?
Fucking
Oh, let's go.
no! No! That's Pollard's fault. You take a point off of his total, too.
Oh, here we go. Another flag. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, yeah.
They're not even in Dallas.
They got Troy calling in.
Listen, when they show this play again, Pollard just put up an awful block. That's gonna hurt his playing time. Might be why Zeke's still relevant.
I mean, yeah, I'd have to see it. I wasn't watching that.
I mean, it was just short of laying down. I mean, his forearms are big
Wow.
too. You think he's got one of those spring things? One of those grip, those grip strengtheners? For sure. They should use his arms for Groundhog Day because they're casting shadows.
So the interception
Mm-hmm.
stands.
Look at that. He slowed the guy down. I'm not gonna destroy him for it, but it was a
Oh,
weak block.
that was another CD drop.
That actually was a really good throw. He got it in there.
That Deontay Johnson?
Untouched. There's no real excuse for that, right?
The drop?
Yeah. He didn't get hit.
He was probably thinking about the hit, if I had to guess.
It didn't happen though, so that makes it all. I mean, I agree, but because the hit didn't come,
Yeah.
it looks bad for him.
Look at Gronk out there.
On the sideline, that's important. They're splitting him out wide. Oh no. Okay, so he was in a 3, and they just worked him out there on a wheel route. Good for him. I don't think they were trying that shit to him last year. There's
I don't remember much of that, to be honest.
no, not that spot on the field, not that level of trust like that. Man, look out.
Either Cameron's internet dropped or he got yelled at.
Um, Gambling man goes with the ladder. 9 dropped
Damn, he had
passes
9
last
last year? I
season.
didn't even realize that. 4th most in the league.
You know what the
I was
difference
already
is, though,
about halfway
right?
there.
The difference is that Deontay Johnson had about, 35, 40 more targets and had 3
Probably,
more
yeah.
drops and gets ripped for it. We were talking about that in the stream a little bit. I was saying, some of these guys didn't have the same volume that Deontay Johnson had,
Mm-hmm.
but their drop rate was right there. Maybe I wouldn't have guessed CeeDee Lamb, but
I wouldn't have
case
either.
in point.
I mean, how many did Jerry Jeudy have? Because it couldn't have been many more than that.
That was a story
And
for a
everybody
while too.
shit on Jerry Jeudy.
It's still on my mind when he comes up.
Yeah.
Bro,
Gronk is destroying whoever number 90 is.
that's JPP. Wait,
No,
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Is it Lawrence?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty unfair.
If you don't respect Gronk, I could see maybe trying to get away with it, but DeMarcus Lawrence isn't what he was a few years ago either.
No.
Let him be an end. Let me ask you this. Why do you draft Micah Parsons when you already have Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith to let DeMarcus Lawrence try to cover Gronk?
Yeah.
That is possibly the best linebacker core in the league right now, talent-wise. Parsons has some catching up to do. He's a rookie, right? But why do that when you already have 2 solid linebackers? And there's been some talk that Jalen Smith might get traded or not re-signed. So I understand that too. There's a argument to be made. But you go draft a linebacker when that might be your best defensive position right now. and then you're going to have DeMarcus Lawrence covering a guy that already caught a touchdown on you in the same game.
It is weird. And he got absolutely toasted right there, too.
Wasn't even close. It was almost like he missed whatever his first assignment was for that play and then tried to compensate. It looked like he came up late to try to jam him, like, oh shit. And then by the time he missed the jam, Gronk was like, see ya.
Yeah.
Those
Interesting.
linebackers are good. And even if Jalen Smith isn't like somebody that you want to lean on too heavy, the dude's got the speed. Like I would trust him in space against Gronk. Figure that out.
I mean, better than that matchup anyway.
Yeah.
Well, shit, if you thought Dak was throwing the ball before, look out.
Here we go. I will say though, at 44 attempts or 45, whatever that was, to throw that ball on a line in the proximity of 4 defenders and have CD be the only one that touched it, like, that's pretty solid, man. For missing time,
Oh, it
I
was a
was
nice
worried
throw.
he was going to be rusty, and he actually looks pretty sharp.
He looks good.
The throws he's missed by a bit, and there have been like 3 of them. He came up really short on that look he tried to give CD down the left sideline. He way overthrew that one they ended up throwing a flag on a couple drives ago.
Yeah.
The misses have been big, but it's been pretty good overall. Brady has too, though, man. He looks like he's got a pretty fresh arm for playing as many games as you could have last year, going to the Super Bowl.
He's probably got that shit down. Like how long he needs to go not throwing a football, and then he probably has it down to a number on how many footballs he should throw before week 1.
He's got something figured out. It was like 2 years ago, at least, that they figured out how many. It was like he had played like 2.5 extra seasons worth of games because of his playoff success.
Yeah, I heard something about that too.
It's crazy.
Which it is crazy to think.
Well, with on top of his age, like his age alone
Right.
is a feat, and that's if you never made the playoffs. His age and success would be like, I don't know, just like regular season stats and age would be amazing if he never played one playoff game.
Yeah. And then you have all those extra games.
Yeah. It's been so long it's hard to remember, so I'll just ask, what college did he play for?
The Michigan University.
I think he was their starting quarterback the last time we beat Ohio State. Doesn't mean I don't want to see it happen. Okay, I'm just saying it's been a while.
I think Kenny did it,
I think he did.
but that's sad. Even that is sad. And he's like in his fucking 40s probably by now. Backing up Mahomes.
I saw a video that said it was like the anniversary of or whatever. But that year that we lost to App State, Michigan had like really high expectations coming into the year. Like a that wasn't a bad Michigan team. That was Michael Hart, Chad Henne, right?
No, that App State year was
Michael Hart was there 100%.
I don't think so. Because I think
100%.
him and Henne were there the last year they were there was when Lloyd Carr was there still. And when they lost to App State, they had I honestly can't remember if it was Rich Rod or if it was Hoke. I think it was Rich Rod.
Rich Rod came before Hoke, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, he did. But I think Robinson was the quarterback that year. And I know obviously he didn't play when Mike Hart was still there. Only reason I
How
remember
sure are you
is
that Henne and
no.
Hart left at the same time?
I'm pretty sure. If not, then it would have been 1 year later at the most. But I definitely know that they lost to App State when I lived at Rosewood in Kalamazoo. And Mike Hart and Hinney didn't play for Michigan at that time anymore. They had, I mean, they were gone from Michigan when we were still in school.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. We can look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
Happening.
All right. But they did have, you are right though, that they did have expectation. I mean, Michigan always, up until recently, they always had high expectations. But they definitely had a high expectation that year. That was just like a kick in the nuts. It was embarrassing. Now you got me wondering.
Michigan finished the season 9-4 that year. They started out ranked 18th in the country. Wait, they finished the year ranked 18th that year after losing to App State.
What year was that?
I'm getting 2007. You were saying Rosewood, and I remember watching that in Bay City with my dad.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, Mike Hart was there. I'm like
It was 2007. He probably was.
he was the
That was
MVP of the
that
2000
fucking long
season.
ago?
MVP of the 2007 season was Mike Hart, and Lloyd Carr was still there.
Lloyd Carr was still there. Then they were still there. Or then Mike Hart was probably still there. Because I think Lloyd Carr left when Hart left. Same time. I could be wrong on that too, I guess. But
Crazy.
all right, you were right on that. That's my God, time flies, bro. I can't believe that was that long ago.
Bro, we old now.
That's insane. Well, I mean, I guess that's just how embarrassing that game was as a Michigan fan because I feel like it was not that long ago.
We just block it out.
Like I still talk about it like it just happened.
The only team that finished higher than Michigan in the Big Ten that year was Ohio State.
Dude. Wow.
That's crazy. You know what was even worse is that we played him again, and it was like supposed to be exciting that we beat him. Like, no, you don't undo that,
Yeah.
bro.
When did we play him again?
2014.
Okay, maybe that's what's in my head. (2014) would be Rosewood days.
You know what else was Rosewood days? It was Denard Robinson when you were on Rosewood because he was the quarterback when I was over there for that Notre Dame game. That like super thriller.
Yeah. The night game, yeah. Was that the first night game at the big house?
I think so.
That was like was that like Roundtree?
Roundtree was the first thing that came to my mind too.
And
Steve was there too.
another
That was
yeah,
like the
he
second
was.
time that's like the second time I ever met him. And last, I think. Oh, bro.
Nice. Who was that?
Injury.
Coop? Oh no.
Injury. He might have
What did
landed
he
on the
land on the
ball.
ball?
I
Yeah.
was thinking that too. It looked kind of like he might have knocked the wind out of himself.
Nine broken ribs.
Bro, don't.
Yeah, too much to ask.
He didn't land on the ball. He landed on the receiver's. Looked like he landed on the receiver's like abdomen. It's okay. We're gonna miss this
That's that
extra
number
point.
thing that
Why
Brady's
don't they
been
go for
bitching
two
about.
here? They should have went for 2 there.
Well, have you heard about Brady talking about the number changing?
With the receivers?
No, with just people on defense, how they can change their number if they want to, and it doesn't matter like really what number they wear.
Mm-mm.
He was talking about how like he hates it, and his argument was something to do with like matchups and not being able to like certain position groups have certain numbers and that's the way it's always been. And
Yeah.
so when you're a quarterback, you can kind of go up and you can identify even by number. You
Right,
can look
like
at a
if you have
matchup.
a receiving threat and there's a guy with a number starting with 5 on out there, like, or a 4, you're
Right.
like, okay, I know
Right.
to.
Yeah. So like right there you see a number 43 on Cooper out there, single coverage, no help, like easy target, you
Yeah.
know. And that's I imagine that's why, like that's what Brady likes, but those dudes need to they need to switch their numbers. Like if you're a linebacker, you should be wearing number 23.
Yeah.
Like a corner number.
Use it to your advantage, kind of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Number 1 corners out there with number 57.
Bro, this is the only reason I remember that Mike Hart was in that game because I was surprised. Chad Henne was the quarterback too, by the way.
Yeah.
I found the actual like stat page on ESPN, I think. Mike Hart, 23 carries, a buck 88 and 3 touchdowns. That's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't their scoring that was the problem. It was the defense.
Yeah. I
Mike
mean,
Hart
they
was a
probably should.
beast back in those
They
days.
probably still should have put up more than the score was 34-32. Like you might be splitting threads there, but you should have probably scored more than 32 against App State. But giving up 34 is a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan was ranked 5th when that happened.
That was first game of the year, wasn't it?
First game of
I
the
don't know if you
year,
have that. Yeah.
ranked 5th in the country, lost to App State. That was huge.
Yeah. Yep.
That touchdown, this might be why I just got an update. That second touchdown to Gronk was the 100th touchdown between Brady and Gronk.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Dak has 47 pass attempts, and we got a quarter of football left. They've ran 63 plays in 3 quarters. That's crazy. That's a lot of plays, man, in 3 quarters.
They haven't had any rushes though either. Like they have what, 6 rush attempts?
Yeah, I don't even know how many, but it's not much. They have not been running. Oh, here we go. Do.
Next game, they're gonna have. That's gonna have like 18 pass attempts, bro. Like somewhere under 25.
Yeah. I mean, you certainly can't do that all year. That's just crazy. This is a game, man.
What was the other pick that Brady threw? There's the one that was off Fournette's hands.
Uh, I don't know. Did we miss it? Was it early?
We saw it. So there was the Rojo fumble, and that gave Dallas the ball with a short field,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
shortly after that was the Fournette tip.
The Fournette one that bounced off his hands.
Yeah, so that was a pick for Brady for sure. I don't remember the other one.
I don't either. I know we missed like the first I missed the first about 4 minutes of the game.
Look how big those hands are.
Into the third.
It's a barn burner, bro. This is a good way to start the season, though.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. Close game.
Man, if you have Zeke right now. Whew. Who took him in that 14 team, or is it somebody we know?
Somebody ahead of both of us.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, it
really
was Nick
surprised you didn't take Mixon on the next turn.
on the turn.
I passed on him, and he was looking like I was like, all right, very interesting. And that's when I went Mahomes. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
100%. My first few picks were like fear of getting stuck. Like 10 team, whatever. 14 team league, and if a couple guys grab two, like, could you imagine what your quarterback or tight end situation might be looking at if you wait too long?
Yeah, I know.
Gross.
But see, I was thinking opposite. I was thinking in more teams. I was thinking more along the lines of depth and consistency because they're just not going to be available to pick up. And I know quarterbacks won't either. But I just kind of figured I didn't know when I was going to take one. I just figured I would wait until it made sense. In the 10 teams, in the 12, maybe the 12s, in my mind, I could be thinking about it wrong, but I would think that the quarterback or like the Travis Kelce's of the world would be more valuable in those because everybody's got good teams. So you're just like looking for those position advantages.
Yeah.
But maybe not. I really don't know which way is the right way.
Well, could you imagine if you pick up if you have I think Travis Kelsey went 14th in that league. I think he was like the
Yeah.
last pick of the first round. So like, could you imagine
Yeah.
if you have Travis Kelsey on your team and you're playing the guy that drafted a tight end when the best tight end available was like Johnny Smith? Like that was the only option that he had at tight
Right.
end.
Right.
Or she. I mean, our league does have like 4 chicks in it.
I kind of just I mean I really had no idea how to gauge that at all because I've never done that, and we don't know some of those people, so you don't know how they're gonna draft. I mean it was I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun,
Yeah.
but I was just sort of taking it like I just want players I think are good, and I don't care if it's I didn't care if it was gonna be 3 running backs in a row or 3 receivers in a row or whatever. Honestly, legitimately, the reason why I did pass on Mixon and took who did I take? Jefferson is because I just if Mixon burns me, I don't want it to happen in 2 leagues. That was really it.
Jefferson is somebody that's who I drafted Jefferson in that other league, and like he's somebody I've wanted all of last year, and then when I
Yeah.
drafted him, I was like, I also see a world where like this year feels pretty disappointing. Like the thing is even if he matches, let me let me rephrase that. Even if he comes short of his rookie season by like 10 catches, 300 yards, and a few touchdowns, that's still a very good year. But like, are you disappointed? Are you happy with it? Like, I don't know. I'm super pumped to have him, and I think the ceiling, like the sky's the limit with that guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I I love that I have him on my team in all league. But I think what I found interesting is how I felt after I got him. I was like, man,
Yeah,
is he really gonna do that again?
a little bit of that buyer's remorse.
No, kinda. Kinda. It's just I don't know. It was just
I
more
know what you
like
mean.
when I
It's like
got him,
there's
I
a
was
guy you
like I
really
didn't
want.
feel like dead set that I like got my guy. Like I
Yeah.
love him. I've wanted him for a long time. I got him, and then it was like I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's 1 year, and I put a lot of capital into that.
That's a keeper league though, right? The one you're in, that other one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I kept cooking. I kept Diggs, and
Mm.
I put Jacobs back in the pool. I kept last year. I kept cooking Jacobs, so now I'm keeping cooking Diggs, and that was before
Yeah.
Cook's really big year, so that paid off. But I don't know. I mean, you think Jefferson's like he was a rookie, so like he was a top 10
Hmm.
receiver last year. Is he like
If
top
there's
5
one,
this year?
yeah.
Should we expect him to be a top 5 receiver this year?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Top five is there's some really good wide receivers in the league, but he could be the number one
Oh,
overall. Oh wow, he
oh
could be the number one
no.
overall, but I don't think I just feel like wide receiver one is the floor for him.
That's
It's kind of scary relying on Kirk Cousins.
that DB tipped that a little bit. That's Jordan Lewis, bro. Again,
Yeah, he changed like where the direction of where the ball was going enough that it messed Evans up.
on like a parallel to the ground, flat out, all like sold out diver. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh God, when he lost track of
He
the
should have
ball,
had that too. That was a dime, bro. Brady's pissed
he
about
just
that
lost
one.
track of it. He got kind of turned around. They need
Great.
to show right before that. It looked like he kind of like looped his head around.
That right there. Yeah.
Yeah, see right there.
He was expecting the ball to be more in the middle, but Brady threw it where it needed to be, and he's going to tell him, like, bro, if you've got a safety in the middle of the field, like, I'm throwing away from
Yeah.
the coverage. And you need to
Brady
know
just told
that.
him. Brady just told him he's not getting another ball for 3 weeks.
Dude. That's the kind of. When he looked up at the screen, like, 100%, he's thinking, like, no fucking way he missed that.
I
And
know.
I need to know why.
Man, that was a big play.
Justin Jefferson doesn't drop that.
That's what I was. So that's what we were talking about him. I think if there's like one thing that just really translates into the league for like from college to NFL, it's supreme like elite route runners, wide receivers that are like excellent route runners, and he is a top tier route runner. So because of that reason alone, like that's the thing I have. If I'm gonna buy into like a player who's really good, that's like the one thing that I feel the most comfortable buying into is a really good route runner. They just don't have like they can just flat out get open. It's what makes Devontae Adams so good. It's why Keenan Allen is not fast but is always open.
Yeah.
It's why Justin Jefferson did what he did last year.
That's why AB had that first touchdown.
Yeah, yeah, it was yeah. Um, it's the one thing that I love about receivers if they're really good at it. Diggs, that's why Diggs is so good.
It is the it's the most consistent threat. When route running is top notch, they're the receiver's less likely to fall victim to like bad matchups or get shut down by a specific corner. Like it is the to me the safest trait that a receiver can have. I think it adds length to their careers. It's just
Mhm.
an incredibly underrated thing that people don't seem to talk about, and it's relatively easy to notice.
Yeah, and it's also really fun to watch guys that are really good at it.
Like if Chris Godwin, and don't get me wrong, because the reason I'm choosing, like the reason I want to point this out with that last play, is because people view Chris Godwin as a good receiver. He is. Part of it, I think, is talent, like just physical ability. Part of it, I think, is circumstance. He's always had the opportunity to work under Mike Evans. Like I think those two things have helped make Chris Godwin what he is. But like a great route runner is adjusting to that ball with trust of his quarterback. Like that's Tom fucking Brady. He's gonna throw away from coverage. And if you're a good route runner, if you're AB, you're probably adjusting to that if you have that repertoire. Some of it might be experience. I know that Brady didn't have a ton of time with Brown or Godwin last year. They both missed some time, but like I think we're far enough into it now. He should have adjusted to that.
Gallup is questionable to return.
Is he really?
Yeah.
It's week 1 too, so I mean I don't know. It could have just been something that won't happen again all year. But man,
I mean, really, if he had just, he just had his head turned the wrong way. Like you said, as like he was expecting it to go one way, and Brady was thinking Brady was going the other way.
yeah. But you don't have if you're running that route, I mean you know what you're supposed to do on paper, but if you also oh my god,
It was almost a nice catch.
slow to get up again.
Yeah, he's kind of banged up, huh?
Is that a ankle sprain?
Ankle questionable, yeah. Like you said, when he started off like 3 catches in the beginning.
Cooper? Oh, Gallup.
Gallup.
Yeah. What's weird to me is that we both talked about it and we either guessed or we looked it up, but we were both thinking that Gallup's off his contract this year. You don't come off the field when you're down by 2 points with an ankle. You just don't do that. Cooper has gotten up slow the last 2 times he's had the ball go his way.
Yeah.
He's
That's
trying
not good to see, though. I tell you what, already.
He's not hungry enough. But
Oh, Jerry's just fuming. Jerry's like, that's why I'm not signing Michael Gallup.
yeah. Get him the fuck out of here.
Oh, Cedric Wilson out here making plays everywhere.
I couldn't think of his name, but I was just about to say put that other dude in there. He's been looking pretty good.
That was a pretty quick 3 and out there. I want to know. I mean, so who do the Cowboys play next week?
How much time do we have left in this game?
Like 10 minutes, I think.
Bucks come out and try to run the ball, right?
I don't know. It's still a 2-point game. I think everything's on the table still. Have we seen Rojo back in the game since his fumble?
I haven't noticed him on the field since then, but I have seen very little running back involvement since both issues.
I've seen a few passes to Fournette.
Yeah, like 2, I think. Maybe 3. And that's it. That's all I could think of.
So the Cowboys play the Chargers next week. So, I'll reserve judgment anyway for another week.
Location is important in that matchup too.
Well, I'm just thinking not necessarily even win-loss, but just maybe they came into this game saying, like, we're just going to throw the hell out of the ball because they didn't think they could run against them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you're talking about Zeke?
Yeah, but both of them, like, they're not giving Pollard carries either.
It will be
They just simply aren't running the ball.
It will be a great way to determine if this is a game matchup because the Chargers are loaded at DB and they just got Derwin James back too. So if this is a matchup based thing, then Dallas will be running the ball next week.
And if they don't, sell them while you can. Sell Zeke for whatever you can.
Especially early in the year with a healthy Joey Bosa, like there is no way that you go into a matchup against the Chargers right now or next week thinking that your best chance is to air it out. I
Yeah.
would. It would be hard to convince me that that's happening.
I know they don't have Zach Martin in this game, and I mean, you could argue that like affecting the run game, the blocking for the run game, but it's just as much pass protection for Dak.
I don't think Grog's broken a tackle in a Bucks uniform. He does that little like drop the shoulder, soften the blow. Okay, the play's over. Leave me alone. Yeah. Um, man, if I had to guess, just based on like personnel and expectation, unless like the Chargers exploit the Cowboys offense, or sorry, Cowboys defense, I think the Cowboys are running like 30 times between the two running backs.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago, it would not have mattered what the matchup was. Zeke was going to run the ball.
It's true. He did that at yeah. I thought they got the sign in the background, but he did that at Arizona, where he went to college. That's pretty cool.
I wouldn't want to do that.
And around, they want to run the ball, and they don't trust their running backs,
Oh,
bro. Oh, to a D end. I told you he's got that fire, bro.
he got pissed because his helmet got taken off. He's like, "Oh, got to talk shit
Look at
here."
him cheesing. Do you see that head turn and cheese?
Uh-huh.
Give me that Gatorade. Oh, he
Bitch.
said
That's
mouth.
what he said at the end.
I thought he might have said mouthpiece. Oh, there he goes.
He looked at that girl and he was like, "Gatorade, bitch."
Did I look a little bloodshot there at the end?
I didn't see it.
It did. I mean, I was just fucking
Whoa, what
around,
happened to
but
Brady there?
they got Micah Parsons covering Fournette out wide. That's interesting. Oh, he was off balance. But that started before
Like,
he stepped away from that pressure.
he still threw that ball.
What was
Kind of
that?
wild. That was like a Sam Darnold type of move there.
Yeah. That was like one of the Matt Stafford throws that he fucks up that they don't show when they're talking about all his impressive arm angles and ability to get the ball to the receiver.
Scotty Miller.
Listen,
So I
Rams
think
fans, you're in for a ride. All right? I don't know which quarter it's going to be this year, but every year he picks a new quarter to fuck up. Okay? That's what's going to happen. He has got a lot of talent out there. All right? He's going to throw the ball sidearm. He's going to look like he's trying real hard, and then there's going to be about 3 to 4 really bonehead decisions that are going to cost you the game every week. And then you're going to have to listen to your friends talk to you about how it wasn't his fault, make excuses for him. That's what's going to happen.
how would you know?
I read a book about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called My Life.
The life of a Lions fan.
Yeah. #1 overall pick. Then we go and get Calvin Johnson. We got Georgia Tech connection. It was good for a while. For a bad team. Sorry, you're rolling into Scotty Miller, I think.
No, well, we mentioned him earlier and haven't seen him. He had a catch there. But I was gonna say that they showed. I don't know if you saw it, but they showed Mike Evans on the sideline a little bit ago, and he was like wincing pretty bad, and he was kind of leaning down, and then stood back up and went back on the field a couple plays later. So I don't know if he's dealing with something too. But he's not really been targeted very much in this game.
It probably seems like a cop out, and to an extent it might be, but like I'm not going to be surprised if a few games this week go like this because I understand that there's an extended season and that to some extent you want to try to put your guys in a position to endure this extra game because a regular 16-week schedule, or well, it was 17 weeks but 16 games, right? That was the old
Yeah.
setup. That was enough. That was hard enough for guys to get through, and I understand that. I don't think the solution was keeping your guys out of the preseason. And it seemed that there were a lot of teams that wanted to do that with their starters, and I assume that a big part of that was avoiding injury. But I think that the best way to avoid injury, if you ask certain people about it, is to play football. Like, well, you okay? So case in point, we were talking maybe a week ago, and we were talking about someone retiring, but contemplating coming back, and their explanation was, if I do decide to come back, I'm going to know that I need to know that my heart's in it because that's not something you can do half speed. Do you remember that, or do you know? I can't remember who we were talking about, but I swear you told me like somebody was talking about like, yeah, I'm out for now. I probably will reconsider, but like this isn't something you can half ass.
Yeah, I don't remember who the hell we were talking about though.
Not, I mean, I don't know that that drives the point home anyway, but like I believe that. I accept that
Yeah.
stance. And if you're gonna keep these guys out of the preseason because you think you're helping keep them safe or healthy, and then you go and run them into a full speed game without any reps, without any practice, like I just don't think that's the way to do it. You can do things like not have your number two receiver returning kicks. You can do things like maybe sharing workload, maybe not having your quarterback throw 50 times in 3 quarters. But like to just not have these guys play, and then you've got Gallup, Cooper's getting up slow, Mike Evans.
Yeah. And like you said, we're gonna see this first week. We're gonna see this everywhere.
There were so many teams watching the preseason that didn't start most of their offense that it's concerning. Like the Lions didn't. The Lions did not start any offensive players. They Penny Sewell got a lot of reps. He should be our starting right tackle this year. That's where he's projected to plug in. I wasn't paying as much attention to the rest of the line, but I know that they weren't getting a lot of reps if they did see the field. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Jordan Lewis recovered that too. This boy's having a game, dude.
Well, you put Ronald Jones on the bench. You gonna put Godwin on the bench now?
Holy. That puts Dallas right back in this game. I mean,
Oh, that was huge because yeah, they were probably scoring there with under 5 minutes left.
who the hell is number 18? That's part of that number swap thing you're talking about? Number
It
18 on
might be.
defense?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
That's a clean
This
hit.
kind of this number change is gonna kind of suck for a little bit.
Oh yeah, bro. I felt dumb for the first time or two, and then I was like, "Fuck that! Everyone's gonna be going through this. Like, who is that? Who's number one?"
Right. Well, when I was watching the Panthers and I was like, who the hell is number 2 catching the ball? It's DJ Moore. DJ Moore's wearing number 2 this year.
I know like Julio, and I know like a couple, but yeah, I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known DJ Moore, and he was already wearing a low number, wasn't he? Like 11 or 12?
I want to say 12.
So maybe he wanted to, and that was like his compromise.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Why is that when you decide to run the ball? Because you're back in your own zone.
Yeah, now you want to run. Because they want to chew up all that clock and score probably. Because everybody knows if there's one way to beat Tom Brady, it's let him get the ball back with about a minute 45 left.
That was a dumb fucking play, dude. Part of your 4-minute drill should be kind of the same as if you're playing basketball and trying to get a 2-for-1. Or I can't remember what you call that, where you're trying to get a shot up with the idea of doing it early enough to get another possession.
Yeah. A 2-for-1, yeah.
Yeah, like your 4-minute drill should consider that. Like if he goes out of bounds there, instead of trying to fight
Oh,
keep
that's
encroachment.
no way they can blame Tampa for that, right? I think they're talking about that, but
Yeah, neutral zone infraction.
really? I didn't feel like he got even that close.
If they appear to be coming, the offensive line I think is coached now to react to draw the flag.
That's trash. I mean, I hear it. I hear you, but that's a trash call to me.
Well, the old school way of dealing with that is that Dak slaps the center on the ass, or the center just snaps it to get that call anyway, right?
Yeah.
Instead of offensive linemen out here acting. So, like, that's another opportunity where CD Prop possibly could have gotten out of bounds, but it didn't seem like he was trying to. They're trying to get
It
up the
seems like
field.
it seems like they're actively trying to stay inbounds to me.
Yeah. And it's weird because you could potentially give yourself another possession. Well, I guess it's
Are they
hard.
going to go for the field goal to winner?
It seems like it. They're trying to keep the clock running, like you said. They've run a minute off the clock to get 15 yards. Oh, I thought he had a chance to get some extra yards in the middle of the field there. They got
Cooper's
their
playing through it, but he's definitely hurt.
yeah,
Like even on that one there, when after that play was over, he got up. You could tell.
yeah, right there. You could convince me that he's gassed too, but like
Yeah,
something's
that's
not
true.
right.
That could be true.
Wow.
Oh, they're not going to blow the whistle because they're going to review it.
Forward
It
motion
sure
for
looked like
sure.
his arm was coming forward.
Yeah. I was just about to say too, if I'm Dallas, I'm call I would have called a timeout before the 2-minute warning. I don't know why they wanted to do that. For pro football players, I think it's a small factor, but I don't think you want to add more pressure than necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Vita Vey was out for a big part of last season. He could be like an upgrade. Like not him and Sue are there, and they obviously still had a great defense last year, but like he
Yeah,
went down early for the rest of the year. The Bucks
he is
defense
a
could
big
be
boy.
better.
He makes offensive linemen look small.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big dude. Wow. Get out.
Going to be a holding.
I don't see how there was enough time for it. Why does Mike McCarthy always look confused?
Because he, he usually is. That call hurts for them too. It's another tough one.
Oh yeah. They just had a nice completion on the sideline
Ooh.
to stop the clock.
They could have snapped it right there and got an offsides.
Bro, for his throw volume, like He's still got some juice.
I mean, I would think he could probably do that a lot. Like a lot of balls he could throw. My thought is just over the course of the season.
Oh, for sure. I'm it's not even like about our head-to-head matchup. I like told you flat out at the time of the draft or right after the draft that like my concern with that drafting Dak was like rust early. And there's been a little bit,
Yeah,
I think, but like
he's
overall,
looked he's looked pretty crisp overall.
yeah.
He's had a pretty impressive game. It's good to see against a good defense week 1.
Yeah, I mean even a team that's as stacked as Tampa, like it's also kind of nice to see that there is a way to approach a team that looks really hard to beat. Like their DBs are good, but they're not great. Like I think the rest of that defense is great. Their front seven is really, really good. So like I don't know. I kind of like the fair play thing. Like I like to feel like any team you're playing against, there's a strategy that could work.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I think it's not ideal, but I think a lot of teams are going to try to air the ball out against the Bucks after this.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to be that
I
guy
haven't.
early to say it. Sorry, go ahead.
I just was gonna say I haven't had the stats for the game in front of me, but I want to see what the rushing attempts total for the team is. Zeke's had 10. Pollard's had 2. Damn.
And Pollard's had the majority of the receiving looks, right?
Receiving work. Yeah, I believe so. Um, Pollard's had 4 catches. Zeke's had 2.
Damn. So you got a first round running back that's got 12 touches week 1.
12 touches for 35 yards.
Dude, it happens every year, and obviously you don't know who it's going to be. But like there are like 2 to 3 issues in the first round like every year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was kind of like this before Dak got hurt last year.
It was just like this.
Wow. Holy.
See, whoever 35 is Dean for Tampa. That's the same player that CeeDee Lamb beat on that play they got called back for holding.
Ooh. That's one of those. I think that's one of those. We were talking about quarterback receiver chemistry. Dak puts that on that right shoulder on purpose.
Yeah,
He,
for him to be able to turn back upfield like that.
yeah, but for that to work, your quarterback has to be accurate enough to where your receiver receives that signal. So that there was some chemistry there that turned a respectable gain into a big play. That's like that's a second year receiver, week 1. I mean, he was a rookie 1 game ago. That just I mean, that's a veteran nuance.
Yeah, CeeDee's good, man. Last year was quite the deep wide receiver class.
Yeah. Yeah, it was huge. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if some of it's because he was a quarterback himself, but Dallas's offense has been pretty decent with Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator. I don't know that people
Hmm.
really saw that coming.
I don't think so, not beforehand.
He was the backup quarterback for the Lions. So, kind of bummed about that. We had a little connection.
So fun seeing on YouTube TV the same commercials over and over again.
Mm-hmm. I'm having a hard time buying into that long-haired, the long dark-haired actor being in a significantly different
Yeah.
role. The first time I saw who he was HBO show called Girls that Christine watched, and it was kind of a weird show on its own. And then he was Han Solo's evil son in Star Wars. Now he's medieval. It's like, man, you're really kind of all over the place.
If Fitzpatrick can keep his shit together, Washington might be really good. I feel like they have, I mean, in that, with the teams they play against in that division, I don't know. I just can't, I'm having a hard time trusting that we'll see like this version of Dallas all year on offense, just because I'm so used to seeing them fuck it up. But I don't know. It is still a new coaching staff, and Dak got hurt really early on last year, so who knows?
They've invested in that defense, and some of it was young last year too. Like Trayvon Diggs was supposed to be a good corner, and I think he's getting better over the last couple seasons. I think this is his third year. Jordan Lewis has made a few big plays tonight. Who was a great college corner that went late in the draft, later I think than maybe I would have expected. And um, I mean, if he's starting to figure it out, that could be good. Micah Parsons was one of the top defensive players that they got this year in the draft. So like I think a couple of the guys they have had, like Demarcus Lawrence, um, a
Yeah.
couple of those the linebackers I mentioned, Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith. Like I think I think they've got a honestly, I think they've got some talent on their defense right now, but it'll be hard to tell if they're going to be airing it out like this too.
No shit. They were also they've also got several turnovers, which credit them for creating those, but you had Godwin that just fumbled right next to the goal line. And then before that, Godwin it was just if he would have turned the right way, that might have been a touchdown. That one he had his head turned around the wrong way on.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. They're not a defense that I'm looking at like they've had what, 3 turnovers this game against a good team. I'm not really looking at them as like a fantasy threat, but honestly, it's because I think that the
Fucking sorry, go ahead. I just saw he wanted to go to CD there again on the outside.
changed his mind last second. Um, Honestly, I think the ability of the Dallas offense would put too much pressure on the defense to be a good week in, week out situation.
Mm-hmm. Another hold, man.
Not how you want to
Defensive
see a
front
game
starting to get on him.
decided.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame the refs for calling that. Vita Vey.
Look at him, man. He's not even putting any moves on. He's just literally shoving him out of the way. 3rd and 16 and out of field goal range.
Oh, they're kicking it, bro. Tampa Bay timeout here, right?
Yeah. For a second, I was sitting here thinking, like, were they doing that thinking 4 down territory? But now they're gonna kick. Would have been a gangster move if they'd go for it here.
Ain't no way.
If Zerline misses, is he out of a job?
No. I don't think so. I don't think so, but only because Dallas shuffled kickers like a couple years ago. Like they have to be at a point right now where they're like, there ain't much better out there. Like just fuck it. He hits this. Right up
Looks
the
good.
middle. So stupid.
So a minute 24, and Brady's getting the ball.
Yeah. That was almost blocked. I saw that. I was watching. I'll be honest. I was watching. If you're watching from the camera side, I was watching the defense on the left side of the screen because I wanted to see if they were doing something to push the ball to that left upright, right? And the
Yeah.
dude on the far left came flying around, and he was close. I'm surprised they're not showing it again. He was close. Here you go. No, if they show that last field goal, you watch that dude flying off that right side from the offense. Right here. See that?
Yeah.
If he blocks that, Tampa might have scored on that.
If the Cowboys can't play soft here. Like they can't give up like the little chunk plays.
No, yeah, they're only up one. They have to
But
they have
that's
to play
that's
straight
standard.
up.
Yeah, but that's standard, it's usually what they would do here, but yeah, they're not. I was wondering if they still would.
I mean, it helps them a little bit that they made Tampa burn that timeout. They got one left. Wow, to Geo.
Such a smart play too, though.
We haven't seen much of that yet, but this is
No.
crunch time, and that's James White. That's
I wonder. I don't think he was limited coming into the game, but Gio was hurt. I'm sure you saw that. Like he had an ankle sprain issue.
another
Oh,
tip
I thought
ball,
he
but
threw
I
a
thought
pick
he should
there,
have caught
bro.
that. I thought it was a pick at first, but then I thought the ball made its way to Mike Evans on the tip. Oh, no. That was a tough one. Wow.
Just out of his reach. I would look for AB on a short one here.
Yeah.
Always wide open.
Spike. Now they're running it. This is where keeping
Hey,
everyone
that's
together
that, man.
helps.
They should have called a timeout there. Oh, they only have one. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I thought they were going to spike it. Situation like that, if you are going to try to get a play off, a real play, like that's where it pays off to have kept the team together.
Mm-hmm.
No, but instead it turns into a penalty.
Man.
You've got Tampa's kicker too, don't you? Is it Suckup?
Oh yeah, I do. Very last pick of the draft.
There he is.
It was Cody's pick. I mean, they got some yards to make up to even get there.
There it is.
You get up and spike the ball probably.
Oh yeah, I didn't see they called their timeout.
They used the timeout on that false start because it was going to be a 10-second runoff otherwise.
Oh, who cares? It took them more than 10 seconds to call the penalty.
Oh, he's going deep, bro. What the hell was that?
Clock stopper.
That's what it seemed like.
Oh yeah. They're I mean, like Andrew Luck was one of them. Obviously, he hasn't played in a couple years, but there were Tom Brady's still one of them. But there have been a few quarterbacks that have always found a way to ground the ball without getting called for it.
Yeah.
Brady's one of them. Wow.
They got to get a push off on that.
I think they're going to say that Jordan Lewis was also initiating contact.
From that angle, it kind of looked like he just fell.
Oh, he fucking pushed the shit out
Oh,
of
he
him.
pushed. He definitely got a push. He didn't call it. Looked a little bit like a LeBron flop, but yeah, like he's saying, you see those flags get thrown a lot. You know, when you see the wide receiver's arms extension, and then you see a corner fall.
Oh yeah. Like the Michigan game.
He kind of, I mean, Lewis definitely kind of had his back for a second too.
Well, when we were watching that college game, they called offensive pass interference against Michigan, and my problem with it was that arm extension isn't always a push off. It can be used to create space. You can be coached like that. But
Hmm.
like on that one, some of it was momentum too. I don't think that Godwin necessarily like shoved him as hard as he could right there. But with the momentum and the extension, like he definitely pushed Jordan Lewis off of him. Was it Ronnie Bell?
Yeah, it was.
There's a difference. I mean, if you're running down the field and you create that space, you're entitled as a receiver to keep that space by just pushing your arm out.
I got a bad feeling about this.
This is a good first game.
Yeah.
Why do they keep doing that shit? He's not.
Uh, yeah, he ran as much time off as he could.
That's not a. That throw's not anywhere near a receiver. I just don't get. I mean, it's consistent, so it's not something that you can throw a total gripe about. But like to me, that's grounding. You just threw the ball 20 yards over the receiver's head. Like, no way did you ever think they were gonna catch that.
It was just a bad throw, man. He just slipped out of his hand
It
a
was
little early.
almost in the stands. Nailed it.
Oh, but they left too much time on the clock. We got 2 seconds.
They have to squib here. This dude's been booting it out the back of the end zone all game. Watch. It's gonna hit the ground around the 20.
I would imagine there's a corner of Twitter right now bitching about how Godwin got away with that push, and it's because the NFL wants Brady to win.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There are pieces of Twitter that are complaining about the refs from both sides. The false start, the what, 3 key holding calls that they've called against Dallas.
Yeah.
No call for the push off. They're both sides are like, these refs suck. So the real question here is, wow, they actually kicked it out the back. The real question here is, if they run a play on offense and they do like a lateral, you know, miracle here, does Dak only get credit for the first receiver's yards, or would he get all of it?
Once just the person he throws the ball to.
Are we sure about that?
Pretty sure. Like if he throws it backwards, then I don't even think it's a pass at all.
No, it's a rush. But like, say he throws down the field, like Cooper
Yeah.
catches it, and then pitches
Oh,
to
you're talking
Lamb,
about
who
like
takes off on the rest
I
of it.
gotcha. I have no idea how that works.
I think it's still first receiver, and then the rest of it would be a run post pitch.
Yeah, I actually don't know.
Well, listen, Tim the Tap
He's
Man
thrown
is
58 passes. All right, you got enough out of him.
Tim the Tap Man is a new streamer on YouTube. He switched over to YouTube. Okay, he's also a Cowboys fan, so he's probably having a hard time right now coping with the situation.
What is this formation? Look at how much faster Pollard is, dude.
Was that some like draw screen thing they just ran?
I mean, they thought they were just going to have some blockers in front of Pollard and it was just going to work, I guess.
I don't really hate it on if you're expecting prevent defense, but
I mean, I appreciate seeing something different other than just like throw it up as far as you can.
so the real question here, and I started saying it earlier, but like I don't want to be like too negative. Is this Dallas competing with one of the best teams in the league, or is this Tampa Bay has like a Super Bowl hangover?
Yeah, or that secondary. I mean, they did get banged up in the game, but that secondary could have some questions. We know that's the weakest part of the defense. Um, it's hard to say, man. In week 1, we're not going to know until these teams have played some other teams, and I mean, how long is that probably going to take? Like 4 to 6 weeks until we really start to get a feel. And even then, shit can change again. You know?
Yeah, it could. I mean, we could get a decent indicator next week for like who Dallas might be because I think the Chargers are a legit team. Um, so like I think if the score ends up being lopsided either way, it could be a good indicator with where Dallas is. But if it's another close game, yeah, it's gonna be like, all right, well, we probably just need to see how things look over a larger sample.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not really sure right now. If I know one thing, I know we don't know right now if Tampa Bay's got a good defense or not. We just believe that they do.
Yeah. Dallas sure as hell believe that they still have an elite run defense because they were not trying to fuck with that.
Yeah. I mean that much is probably certain that they do. Yeah, you cannot feel good about that right now if you took Zeke in the first round, which if you have Zeke, you took him in the first round. But you can definitely chalk it up to a matchup this week. At least tell yourself that, you know.
Biggest loser right now, more emotionally probably because you still don't know how it all plays out. But poor Ben. Traded Dalvin Cook for Zeke and Thomas. Thomas has all his issues, and Zeke gets, what, 38 yards tonight on 14 touches?
Is that what it was?
Well, I think you said he had 12 touches for 35, and I thought he had another couple targets and
Yeah.
a few yards.
Yeah. Yeah, he had 13 touches, which is I mean on its own that's so low for what you would want from him. And 39 yards. Mm.
That's how she goes, man. Part of the value with someone like Zeke is durability, too. So, I mean, like, we'll see how the rest of the year goes. If there's one team that you're not going to want to run the ball against, based on what we knew from last year at least, it'd probably be,
Right.
it'd be Tampa. So,
Right.
there's still some optimism, and you have to keep that in mind because you're not going to be able to get any value if you were to try to move him. Like, it's already, if he's done, it's already too late. So, like, you're
Yep.
just hoping that he's going to figure it out. They're going to be all right.
Yeah, if you wanted to get something for him, I think it was already too late to get what you would have a couple years ago, but you still could have got good value for him right before this game. Now you got to hope that he has a bounce back, and if you wanted to move him, you'd have to hope for that bounce back and then try to find somebody.
That was
And when I
Demarcus
let him go to
Lawrence trying to run Gronk down on that second touchdown. Oh yeah, that was we saw that. That was the one where he like came up to try to jam him too late and it was over.
Yep. I know when I traded Zeke last year to Steve, um, that was before Dak got hurt, and he just wasn't producing, but he did get touchdowns, and it wasn't against teams like Tampa Bay's run defense was, but because he saw the touchdowns, his fantasy points were looking good, and I just didn't like it, just because you're so used to seeing Zeke get 100-yard games no matter what, and that just wasn't the case last year. And I still wasn't certain if that was the right move that I made, but I am glad I did that. Now I would have liked to have get like for it instead instead of what I got, but Steve really cashed in on that.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. If
I mean, at the
CMC
time he
and
gave up
Cook
a
play a
lot,
full
but
season, it's gonna be a trouble.
it's gonna be a tough one to overcome.
Well, shit. We just watched the first football game of the season.
Yeah,
Hell of a game.
it was. 58 passes for Dak, 50 for Tom Brady. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
That was Goodell. He was like, listen, we're going to air the fuck out of the ball tonight because we got a lot of people watching. Well, shit. I'm probably going to turn the stream off unless is there anything you wanted to touch on before I shut her down?
No, we could shut her down. Fun first game, and be back on here Sunday morning to go over anything right before the game start. Make some last minute roster decisions. Who we're gonna start, who we're gonna sit, who's hurt.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully nobody, but you know that's gonna happen.
It just seems to keep happening.
Figure out which fucking Baltimore running back we're starting.
Yeah, hopefully we have an update on that, even if it is like something kind of vague, like maybe they sign Latavius Murray or maybe they don't. That'll kind of help us figure out what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, because I got no idea what they're doing right now.
There's some
Crazy over there.
there's some smaller stuff. Well, not necessarily smaller, but stuff that like Austin Eckler. They're saying like hamstring. He's missed a couple practices, so there's a couple things that we'll be able to touch on or maybe get a last minute update out there before something happens.
Definitely.
Cool. Well, if you stop by, we appreciate it. But yeah, like Josh said, we'll be on there. We should probably try to put our work our schedule into this overlay too. That's something we don't have.
Okay. We can do that.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, if you're here, if you're hanging out, tune in. We'll be back Sunday morning. Plan is to start around 10:30 Sunday morning. Do a couple hours leading up to the games. And then we'll be trying to do either Tuesday or Thursday nights, kind of depending on what kind of updates we have to talk about. Maybe get you some updates or some opinions before your waivers process, or if there's really not much going on, I think we're totally cool doing some like game watch parties like we did tonight. So definitely hang out with us, hit up the chat, leave us some comments.